love is too much. The 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 love is too much. Let's go. For the island are black. Navy blue check. Yakama. Yakama. The love is too much. Yakama. Yakama. Yasibo. Yasibo. Ibo. When that you are confused. The love is too much. 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 Yakama. Yakama. Let's go. For the island are black. Navy blue check. Yakama. 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 Yasibo. Yasibo. Ibo. When that you are confused. The love is too much. 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 Yakama. Yakama. Let's go. For the island are black. Navy blue check. Yakama. 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 Yakama.
Big Bobby. Oh, you are the humiliated by the enemy of black men, where the black never see the light. Location 9, that is what it is. The country where the leader said the people slowly. They don't get children to prostitute, and they don't boy children to terrorists. Now, terrorists on the takeover. Yoruba people say we know they do again. Say how we do our nation, that is what we want now. Freedom, 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 freedom. When they talk about freedom, 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 freedom. Now, location 9, you Boko Haram. You knew our harsh politician at the X-Men. Fake promises every year. Fake miracle every year. Fake me anywhere. Now, go to drive, people wanna go. Yeah, people wanna go. Location 419, you need to praise God. Freedom, 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 freedom. You need a freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. Free education and hobby. Good security na one chance. Over 100 million people don't work. All my niggas need a job and then they see work. They want to go to farm, Fulani attack. Don't give me any force to this is where we not to go. Even many people say they wanna go. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. Go back, back home, and you go to the island for me. I think I saw a bomb. I'm fighting. So, you're done, won't let you joy. Every day I want you to have, let this struggle begin. Y'all British came to Africa to come and enslave us, and you call it colonization. You join four nations together, and you call it one Nigeria. Tell you we are one, when only Yoruba never had themselves right. When you join us together, people will be people never think like us. As you said, you damage our culture, you damage our language, and you damage our way of life. Not because of your whole greediness. The former ham of their nation has expired since 2014. Come to Nigeria. Come and celebrate for you match together. so ẹjí ẹ má sùn àsìkò ti tó láti jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ lẹ́ bàbá yín a fool at 60 is a fool forever ẹ má sùn.
ìgbà tún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò tún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ̀lé àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ̀lé àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó àsìkò ti tó láti kára wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba polisi o. àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. kò tẹ́lẹ̀ símẹ́ǹtì mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ yàgbẹ́yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó àsìkò ti tó láti gbára lọ́wọ́ ìjọba polisi. ọmọ Odùduwà republic asọwasọwọ asọwasọmọ asọwasọmọ bíi àìgbálẹ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ àfẹ́lẹ́ tìmẹ̀tì wọn àwọn ìjọba wa ara wọn nìkan lọ́jà fún ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé republic láwùjẹ Odùduwà republic ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé láwùjẹ ó lè sọ wá sọ́mọ ó lè sọ wá sọ́mọ asọwátálà bíà àgbálẹ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ àní àsìkò yìí tó ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò yìí tó fẹ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò tó tó àsìkò tó tó láti gbára wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba polisi. ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gbogbo àgbààgbà Yorùbá látòrí emeritus professor Banji Akintoye comrade Victor Taiwo olóyè Sunday Igboho ẹ bá mi tọ́jú bàbá tèmi ààrẹ Gani Adams àti gbogbo Yorùbá àti ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lórí òkun látòrí ìtajẹ́dé Adépọ̀jù àní ìgbà ọtún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. ìgbà ọtún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ àbẹ̀yàmọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àfẹ́lẹ́ tẹ̀símọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò tó tó àsìkò tó tó láti kára lọ́wọ́ ìjọba polisi. ẹ̀ ń kókó ju àríkọ́pì kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà republic ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà republic kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. Odùduwà kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè. ẹni tó bá wá Odùduwà republic kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè.
Buhari gan mọ̀ pé jẹ́ kán mọ̀ ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa. Ẹ káàárọ̀ níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀. Orúkọ mi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Mo ń padà bọ̀, mo ì tí ì wọ gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ tí máa ń fi sẹ́wọ́ mi, mo ń padà bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Buhari gan náà mọ̀ pé jẹ́ kán mọ̀ ni. Mo kí ìyá wa Grace Junior, JP rather, mo ní Junior, Senior ní kì í ṣe Junior, àmàrí yín bá ní gbogbo ìgbà. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ lómi ṣe gbogbo wa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ reason tí a fẹ́ lọ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, màá tún ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún wa láàárọ̀ yìí. And tá bá ti miss opportunity yẹn, the same set of people will continue to enjoy Nigeria. Another mama analysis lórí Nigeria for the last 62 years. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì, tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí KOKIMEDIA. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà, mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí arúgbó. Èmi kọ́ mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́, bàbá mi dẹ̀ kọ́ ló bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Iṣẹ́ tèmi gbà ni pé àní ká kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. You don't have to agree with me, and that is how life is. I live in a civilized society, and critiques is part of what I've lived with for the last 23 years or 24 years I've lived in UK. But UK is our major problem, for those of you that are not aware. All hail Biafra, all hail the Hausa, the Middle Belt, and those that want freedom. Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ni mo fi kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ti wà disappointed. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ̀ ló ti sọ àwọn. Ìkànnì méjì lẹ máa mú, tẹ́ bá ní ó sú yín, kò make any difference. Tẹ́ bá ní ó rẹ̀ yín, kò make any difference. But in to make difference ni pé àwọn kan ló máa jẹ gbádùn Nàìjíríà tí a bá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Lótìtọ́ lódodo, àwa tá wà níta, a máa ní better opportunity jọ yín tẹ́ wà nínú ilé lọ. The same set of people have been ruling Nigeria for the last 62 years. Whether in the military camouflage, whether in the civilian camouflage, or whether as proxies. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa ń tán pè ní proxies. I will explain that to us today. We are live on all our platforms, and I say thank you so much to all the KOKIMEDIA team that are working tirelessly on a daily basis. The job of KOKIMEDIA is to make sure that we stop Nigeria from being existing. It doesn't matter how. One of that is using our media platform on a daily basis, which we have done in the last almost 3 years. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń darí ètò. We have different groups that are working in different ways. Some are just writing letters, while some are just communicating with their senator, their members of parliament around the world. Some are engaging on Twitter, while some are just right there thinking it is unnecessary for me to get involved. You don't have to get involved. And I pray Nigeria does not catch up on you. Whatever, however. When we say that, I was reading a report from Ogun State. A principal, principal, central bank, I don't know the reason what has gone wrong. People get killed there on Christmas Day as well, or maybe Boxing Day. A lady was shot in the head in Liverpool and she died instantly. So, kò ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn náà wọ̀ kí n kú ní bíbáyìí. Àfi ti Elédùmarè a tún fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ tètò ti tàárọ̀ yìí. Èmi náà ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì, tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí KOKIMEDIA. You can point finger from now till thy kingdom come. I am not the problem of Nigeria. Today is Monday, and let me just take this off so that you can know. Yeah, today is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. I'm not ready to take any questions, so I won't be reading any comment. My focus is for you to listen and follow the conversation. You can put your question in later, and I don't want to be distracted. Then you call it problem Nigeria. Àwọn tó jẹ́ problem Nigeria mo fẹ́ mú wá fún yín láàárọ̀ yìí, and you listen. So my job from the media perspective is to bring things to máa ṣí yín lọ́kàn tí ọkàn wa máa fi kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín gan sẹ̀tẹ̀ náà ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ọkàn yín ṣì wà nínú Nàìjíríà olúkálukú kan wọ opportunity ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí opportunity náà nísìn ẹ máa gba Yorùbá nation sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Everybody is just looking for opportunity. I am not one of those people, okay? I had that opportunity prior before Yoruba Nation. Mo máa ń sọ fún yín. Prior before Yoruba Nation, I have opportunity to be part of what FFK is doing today and Festus Keyamo. In táwọn ṣe lénìí, I had that same opportunity before 2019. 4 years clear. Ọmọ tán pè bẹ́ẹ̀ 4 years. So èmi náà ti máa ní Mercedes. Tí bá wá sí Nàìjíríà, màá máa gbé l'Abuja. Tí bá lọ sí Èkó, màá wà ní Banana Island. Ọlọ́pàá máa tẹ̀lé mi káàkiri. I had that opportunity, but it was unnecessary. So don't come here and think Yoruba Nation is what is making me as a person. I had opportunity to have engaged with the APC. Fact, legbolenu mi, as far back as 2015. Kò tí sẹ́ni kankan tó sọ Yoruba Nation nígbà yẹn, so okay, má sọ pé kò sí sẹ́ni kankan tó sọ Yoruba Nation, okay? Bí àwọn kan sọ, bí àwọn bàbá wa George Akinola, because he has been part of those that we should respect. Maybe Comrade Victor Taiwo. You don't have to agree with every one of us. But 2015, I have access to Abuja, live and direct. But one thing is, they don't want somebody like me because I have been a critic government here. Colin Fonruke Otunba Dapo Williams, #1 staunch man of APC in the UK ni. Èmi náà ti jẹ pay, màá ti lówó gidi. Bí a máa tẹ̀tí ra lé sí London. But mo dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. I didn't go through that route. But ilé tí mo ń ṣe mo mọ̀ pé forever ni. My name will be remembered, good or bad and ugly. But one thing is, they point finger at me because at the end of the day, èmi kọ́ ni àwọn tó bà problem Nigeria jẹ́, a máa expose wọn díẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa mú pen and paper láàárọ̀ yìí, kẹ́ take note of the years, date of birth, àti ọmọ ọdún wọn níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. People that had opportunity, they are now in their 80s. And they are still telling you rubbish and garbage. Èmi tí mo wà ní 40. Kódà èmi ò rọ opportunity táwọn yẹn ní. I wish I had that same opportunity. People that were born in the 1940s, ni mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láàárọ̀ yìí. There's a particular person that picked up the story. Kódà mò ń gbàdúrà kílẹ̀ tètè mọ́ ni kí lè wá ṣàlàyé fẹ́yìn náà bó ṣe ń dùn mí lọ́kàn pé ẹ wo bí tí ìran Yorùbá tó délé nì. Mo sọ fún yín pé èmi ò kì í ṣe bọ́lẹ̀ kájà mi there. I take time to read articles and I can use that to explain to you. One of the reasons why you should not think of Nigeria as a country. Ìdí tó gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé tó bá sì ń rò pé Nigeria máa da fún ẹ, ò ń tan rẹ. And we'll go through it in just about a few minutes. I'm just prepping up. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram, on the Mixlr, on all the platforms this morning. Ìwọ náà máa béèrè pé ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni mí? Èmi wà ní 40 something, probably 44, I think. Ọmọ 1978. Ìwọ náà máa béèrè age ẹ. You will see that some people have enjoyed Nigeria, but they are still holding to Nigeria because they think that they are relevant. And they have to dictate to somebody like us now. Tí bá sọ pé ká gba self-determination, àwọn máa sọ pé no, the unity of one Nigeria la fẹ́. So don't come here and point finger at koikimedia. Pé mi ló èmi mo bà Yoruba Nation jẹ́, èmi ni mo jẹ́ ká gba Yoruba Nation. Yoruba Nation is a continuity. Kódà bàbá gba Yoruba Nation gan sef, a sì máa make sure pé things are done the way we want it to be done. Using the media. Láti cross-check. Ṣebí media ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà ló ń gag wọn. Do you know the meaning of being gagging a media? We will not tolerate that even when we have our own nation. The media must be allowed to do their job. And that is why there's so many brown envelope media in Nigeria today. Some of them are not brown envelope. Tó bá sọ̀rọ̀, ó máa pa wọ́n, ó máa gbé wọn. That is not the kind of society that we want to have. We want a society where you can challenge the authority using whatever platform. Kódà ó ní right láti sue prime minister. The worst case scenario is tó bá ṣe tán a lọ béèrè question and answer ní court. But Nigeria today, tí new government bá wá gan sef, ṣáyé wa máa dání. Ìbéèrè ni o. Tẹ́ bá gba new government, ṣé lè challenge government yẹn ṣá? Tí APC bá wọlé nísìn, ṣé mo lè sue any one of them? Pé àbí kí n béèrè fún information tí wọ́n dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ fún mi within 30 days. Freedom of speech. Ṣé tí PDP bá wọlé, ṣé mo ní right láti kọ lẹ́tà pé information kan mo need ẹ̀ dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ fún mi? And within 30 days, I will receive that information. And that goes to Labour Party. I don't think Sowore is going to go anywhere. Anyway, he's just wasting his energy. Energy to ekolo fun kan mi. I mean, I believe he just want to be relevant anyway. What he mọ Sowore tẹ́lẹ̀, so thinking he wants to fix it. But ó mọ̀ pé revolution ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀. But ọ̀nà tó ń fẹ́ gbà ni kò tí yé mi. Maybe Kwankwaso, òun ní strength there in the north. Ó lè divide the vote wọn. 2023. Oh yes, definitely. Ali taku sí 2022. We will go into 2023. Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ taku sí 2022 tẹ́lẹ̀ ni? And you cannot stop watching somebody like me because you know you will be educated. A lot of you have to open a fake account because you want to watch it live. Ẹ fẹ́ lọ wo lórí Wo TV àbí lórí Mass Burial àbáwọn tó máa ń gbé program wa. Ẹ fẹ́ wo live. Kí ló máa sọ? Kí ló tún fẹ́ sọ lẹ́nu ẹ̀? Kí ló tún ní tó fẹ́ sọ? Èmi kọ́ mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Àwọn tó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ní kẹ́ lọ làgò mọ́ lórí. Èmi kọ́ ni problem Nàìjíríà. I was just using my media to make sure that we break that shit whole country. I wish I know a lot of things tí mo tẹ̀ mọ̀ gan nísìn. Màá ti fi bá Britain jà nígbà tí mo ń ṣe ìwé mi. Tó bá gbogbo tí mo mọ̀ nísìn, tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n, ẹ̀yin sisters ten complain, ten point finger nísìn. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin náà ti educate wa nígbà tèmi dé 1990. Tó bá jẹ́ pé gbà tèmi dé ní 1998, ẹnu self determination mo bá lẹ́nu yín. Torí ìwọ tó ṣẹ̀dé UK nísìn, tó bá ti ń wá bó ṣe fẹ́ gbàwé lọ́wọ́ British government, yá máa lo gbogbo Yoruba nation self determination kó sọ fún wọn pé 1914 náà kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀. Ìtawà tẹ̀ ń lò níjọ́ náà lọ, mo sọ fún ìlànà. I wish I know what I know now some almost 20 years ago. Wallahi tallahi summa billahi la ilaha illa. Mo wish pé mo rí èèyàn kan tó bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ self determination yẹn tó máa yé mi. Èmi wá ṣe program for 3 years. Ó yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín nísìn 1 point finger. Èmi lẹ́ point ṣé èmi lọ bá sọjọ́ tó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Àbẹ́mi ni àwọn gàmbàrí tó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Ṣé èmi ni mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́? Mọ̀ tán pè ní movement ni. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú movement. Ẹ wá ń wá perfection. Ẹ ń wẹ́ ń tẹ́ fẹ́ da gbogbo ẹ̀ lé lórí. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Àwọn tó dá wàhálà sílẹ̀, àsọ yẹn mọ́ nísìn, àwa la fẹ́ dá wàhálà lera wa lórí. Ẹ rí pé a gbọ́n. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Èmi kọ́ lẹ máa dá wàhálà lé lórí. Britain ní kí gbogbo lọ dá wàhálà. Sórí tó bá jẹ́ pé ń kẹ́ lára láàárọ̀ yìí, lọ sí embassy British tó wà l'Abuja kó lọ máa protest níwájú bẹ̀ kó wo bí àwọ̀ ní gbé ẹ. Lọ síwájú Abuja, lọ sí embassy British government tó wà ní Abuja, àbúrò àpò wọn ní náà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ìwọ lọ síbẹ̀ kó lọ protest kó wo ohun tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. But tẹ́mi bá lọ síwájú number 10 mo kàn fẹ́ kó gbọ́ àlàyé dáadáa ni o, torí wọ́n tó gbọ́ àlàyé dáadáa kó lè wo ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin láìfù tó ń gbé ní Nàìjíríà tá fẹ́ yọ kúrò nínú ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀mi bá lọ síwájú number 10 nursery nísìn pẹ̀lú àwọn ìyá mi ti bá pè wọ́n nísìn pé mọ́mì grandma, àwọn grandma yẹn tẹ̀ mind Koiki tó bá ti nó ti yá náà nìyẹn. Tá bá gbéra nísìn àwọn ń bẹ̀rù, tá bá débẹ̀ nísìn a máa dúró, a máa pariwo títí wọ́n ní tó bá sún yẹ̀ máa lọlé, tó bá bí wọ́dà ìwọ lọ dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ níwájú Nigerian High Commission àbí British High Commission tó wà níbo ló wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ rán mi létí ibi tó wà, because I know they still have a place in kódà ibi tó ti sign submit application, èmi ti débẹ̀ rí tó ti submit application visa UK. Ó dà pé Ìkẹjà nìyẹn wà bí somewhere around Ìkẹjà níbi hospital kan mo rántí bí ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí wàṣà ibi tó bá fẹ́ ìwọ kọ̀ lọ dúró síbẹ̀ kó máa protest pé 1914 amalgamation no to breach wa life within 1 hour kó mọ tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. Ìwọ lọ́dọ̀wò ló bí ìyá ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́. a ní kí gbogbo wa ká ní sùúrù ká strangle Nàìjíríà bó ṣe fẹ́ strangle ẹ̀ ìwọ ló kàn èmi ló kàn everybody ní problem Nàìjíríà àwa la máa yọra wa kúrò síyàn kankan tó ń bọ̀ wá gba ẹni kankan sílẹ̀. Nobody is coming to rescue anybody. Àwa tó ń dùn lọ́kàn la máa yọra wa sílẹ̀. Àtẹni tó wà labroad, àtẹni tó wà nílé. Mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ má máa wò pé àwa tá wà labroad abẹ́tà jù yín lọ. Nàìjíríà ló fà á. In the 70s, in the 80s, ẹni tó wà ní Nàìjíríà ń send owó wá sẹ́ni tó wà labroad ni. Ó ti di reverse nísìn. VI, okay, ní VI. Ìwọ lọ sí VI nísìn, kó lọ gbé placard, kó sọ pé òun ṣe Yorùbá nation lásán gan níbẹ̀. Lọ síbẹ̀ lẹ́nìí. Ṣèbẹ́ sọ pé Nàìjíríà ó ti tán, kò sí Nàìjíríà mọ́. Ìwọ lọ síbẹ̀ nísìn, kó wo ohun tọ́lọ́pàá máa ṣe fún ẹ. Èmi kẹ̀rẹ́ tèmi dẹ̀ wà ní UK tó dá wàhálà sílẹ̀, tèmi bá lọ síwájú number 10 Downing Street nísìn, ọlọ́pàá kò lè harass mi. Kódà tó bá harass mi, màá tún sú ẹ̀, màá tún gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn. Sórí yàtọ̀ tó wà ń bẹ̀. Sórí pé life yẹn ó ti yàtọ̀. Sórí pé life tèmi ń gbé níbí báyìí, tí mò ń sọ pé life kọ́lẹ̀ yìí ń gbé lọ́hún yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ká strangle ti Britain tó sì fẹ́ hold because Britain gangan ni wàhálà Nàìjíríà. Thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo yín tẹ́ ti wọlé. How can I as a Nigerian live here in UK and I go in front of number 10 Downing Street and I can be there as much as I like and nobody touch me, nobody beat me, but the same Britain that colonized Nigeria, that made Nigeria to be what it is today, that gave us the name, don't ever láyé ẹ sọ pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Nigeria sílẹ̀, màá gbá etí ẹ. Don't ever use that statement pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Nigeria sílẹ̀. Don't be fooled with that. Lugard ló dá Nigeria sílẹ̀ and he was working on behalf of the British government or the British Empire because government is gone. Let me explain something to you. Sorry, Prime Minister wa nísìn. Òun ṣiṣẹ́ on behalf of King Charles ni o. Maybe you don't know that. Sorry position tó jẹ́ kí ọba wa Adéyẹyè Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ Ọ̀jájá the second tí mo ṣí fìlà fún. The same position bẹ́ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ kí àwọn politician yín wà. Ó jẹ́ kó lọ máa gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ bá ní. Tó bá yí ẹ kí ṣàlàyé fún ẹ. Sórí ọba wa tó wà nílé Ifẹ̀, ó jẹ́ kí governor Ọ̀ṣun state Adeleke, ó jẹ́ kó máa ṣiṣẹ́ on behalf of the king ni. Bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní bíbá ni wọ́n sọ fún ẹ, ìwọ òmùgọ̀ tó mú kankan. Sórí Prime Minister UK ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ on behalf of King Charles III. God bless the king la máa ń sọ ní bíbá. Ìgbà tí yẹ ti kú dí sí tẹ́lẹ̀ a máa ń sọ pé God bless the queen. The Queen Monisin, she was the longest serving queen in the history of, I don't know, Britain, probably not the world. But some of you don't understand. Yoruba nation, yes, but ẹ ní láti understand that the genesis of the problem, ibi by gangan ló ti instigate. Èmi kọ́ ni mo instigate the problem Nigeria, okay? Èmi fẹ́ solve ẹ ni. Tó bá dẹ̀ láì bí ṣe fẹ́ solve ẹ, ìwọ náà lọ solve tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀. It's as simple as that. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Babawa Williams, Nigeria was created by the British Empire, not God. Èmi lẹ́wà ń sọ pé owó tó ń gbà àwọn kan ní kí owó náà yìí máa sọ̀rọ̀. No, máa sọ because mo sọ fún yín pé mo ní access sí APC far back in 2015, 4 years clear tí kò tí sẹ́ni kankan tó gbọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá nation rí. Ó dà pé bí Adéyínká grandson mo lè sọ pé bàbá ẹ̀ lóhun ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí I don't know because I mean mo lè point ìgbà tóhun ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí self data I don't know. But mo rò pé mo gbọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ń wo program oríṣiríṣi pé èèyàn kankan sọ̀rọ̀ self determination. I don't think I ever heard it. Kò ń ṣe pé kò sí but irú àwọn reason tí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa George Akínọlá tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun nílé ìdí tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò ṣe jáde púpọ̀ because I remember in 2017 wọ́n ṣe fídíò kan pẹ̀lú Sahara Reporter tó bá jẹ́ pé a ti tètè key in nígbà yẹn ni ó possible pé election 2019 yẹn ó lè má wáyé but nígbà tí kò sí media tó fẹ́ support wọn ẹ wá wo advantage ti social media tó key in bí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìn we are streaming on multiple platforms kò sí nǹkan tí Lai Mohammed fẹ́ ṣe sí Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation ló lè stop ẹ̀ kódà British government ò lè stop ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ because kò ń ṣe terrorism mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. So advantage ta níyẹn nísìnyí àwa fẹ́ da gbogbo ẹ̀ nira wa lórí àwa la dá problem sílẹ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tọ́rọ̀ òye dáadáa. Àwọn kan máa ní gbàtà wá fẹ́ gbà lúkọ́ no ẹ jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ ìta fẹ́ gbà yìí tá bá ti gbà finally wàláì tàláì súnmọ́ bí láì ìgbádùn tó wà ń bẹ̀ òun lèmi ṣẹ́rí bèmi náà ṣe ń gbádùn báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n náà ṣe máa gbádùn. Ẹ̀tọ́ tèmi ń gbádùn ní bíbáyìí àti tí wọ́n dì because mo ò ní right benefit nílùú yìí ó dà ń pé o mọ̀. Mo sọ fún yín pé lẹ́yìn tí mo ṣe 14 years pé mo fẹ́ gbàwé lọ́wọ́ British government, the same British government tó dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ tí inú Nàìjíríà fẹ́mi tó pè mí ní ọmọ Nàìjíríà, àwọn wá sọ pé náà ò lè wá gba àwé lọ́wọ́ wa níbí báyìí. Nígbà tó wá fún mi níwèé náà tán wọ́n tún wá ní mo ní right benefit. Èmi wá jókòó mò ń pariwo Yorùbá nation fún ọdún 3 tó yẹ kémi náà máa lọ ṣiṣẹ́ kí ló máa fa gbùrù kí máa ṣe business. Mo dúró lórí Yorùbá nation pé because èmi mọ tó wà nínú ẹ̀ pé tá bá ti gbà opportunity máa wà fún gbogbo wa. O rò pé mi nìkan ni máa ní opportunity nínú ẹ̀ ni? Gbogbo alábàjọ́ l'opportunity. Bẹ́ẹ̀mi ṣe máa l'opportunity ni wọ́n náà máa l'opportunity. Kò dẹ̀ ní síyàn kankan tó máa rẹ́yàn jẹ. Ṣèbí wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ nílé náà la ṣe ń pariwo pé ká kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Ṣèbí wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ ní àbí wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ. Wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ ní náà. Láti ìgbà tó ti ń ṣe election náà ní Nàìjíríà kí lórí ṣe ń bẹ̀ wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ náà ni. Ìrẹ́jẹ náà ni wọ́n rẹ̀ yín jẹ náà ni. Britain wà níbẹ̀ tó yẹ ká máa làgò wọn lórí ní gbogbo ìgbà pé àwọn ni problem wa àwọn ni ká point finger sí àti ìrántí yẹn mọ́ nísìn. We are all being distracted. Ṣèbẹ́ ní 2022 ni gbòòs ìyẹn la gbé dání. But the Britain mo sọ fún yín àwọn ló ní the best PR in the world. Ó lè beat wọn ni mo sọ. Gbogbo àwọn military wa pátá kò sí tó gba Sanders kọjá ní bíbáyìí. Àwọn tó jẹ́ tó fẹ́ lò. Once again, a very good morning. Mo kí ìyàwó Janet Mati, welcome on board. Mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. I guess she's probably still sleeping. My name is Olayomi Koiki of KOKIMEDIA. Ẹni tó bá sọ pé àdéjà, mo ní okay, bí alọ́dọ̀ tí àdúrà pé ká má jà lèmi náà ń gbàṣà. Bí a ti Britain bá dá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó di amalgamate Nigeria. But for as long as Britain is still saying that Nigeria must continue, then you must prepare for a lot of problem ahead. Because people are boiling. And people are angry. A very good morning and welcome again. Let's listen to this man to start with.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
That is T.Y. Danjuma.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káwa kú àwa la máa yè ọ̀tá kú àwa yè bí àṣà àròlé 1010 rẹ́mi àtàtà mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí I say a very good morning and welcome. Not been a lot of movements. Yes, mad people all over the place. Koiki ni problem o. What the ma wo Koiki bó ṣe wà yẹn? What tó bẹ́ẹ̀? Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wo Koiki. Ẹ já wọnú ètò lọ láàárọ̀ yìí. 17.877 million barrels of crude oil was exported without record. Who do you think is doing all this? And where is the crude oil? Níbo ló lọ? Let's start with this. How much ló ń ta crude oil láàárọ̀ yìí? Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá Janet Marty, the battle continue. Ẹ má bínú gbogbo yẹn tá a bá dárúkọ àwọn tá à ń dárúkọ yẹn lára àwọn medias wà ní wọ́n, so it is important we appreciate them. But we appreciate every one of you, whether we mention your name, but I'll appreciate you all towards the end of the program as usual. But I say good morning to each and every one of us that have joined. Ẹ jẹ́ ká multiply èló ni wọ́n ń ta barrel of crude oil láàárọ̀ yìí. Ta ló mọ̀ nípa crude oil nínú wa tó wà nínú ètò? Ta ló mọ̀ nípa crude oil? I mean, the buying and the selling. So tó bá mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ fún wa ní breakdown. How much do you think is the value of 17? Cut around it up to 8. Cut a facility 17 million barrels. Ká yọ 877 yẹn ká yọ kúrò lórí ẹ̀. How much is that worth in dollars? Who is with me this morning? Because this is an interactive platform. Everybody is commenting, so you don't just have to, any pen and pen and paper. Tá bá ti ṣe program. Mo sọ fún yín, ibi bá máa educate ara wa ni. Lánàá nísìn, a sọ̀rọ̀ ní Article 8, right to family life to family and private life. A sọ̀rọ̀ ní Nigeria is holding us to gunpoint. We talk about Takia àti Moranti Jamia bí nǹkan tí bọ̀bọ̀ ọmọ Igbo yẹn sọ fún wa, ọmọ Biafra. Empty fake promises. Illusion in Nigeria. Then somebody says somebody can also sponsor to destroy the movement. And Nnamdi Kanu said so. Nnamdi Kanu, only the Nigerian government has so much money to destroy the Biafra movement. Okay, nobody seems to have an idea. So nobody knows how much this is worth in dollars. Okay, so probably maybe about $50 per barrel. So let's multiply. Let's do the math. And multiply 17 million times $50. How much is that? Roughly. And this is where the problem is. These are the problem that a lot of Nigerians are waking up every day. Sometimes people just read all this headline. Hello, 17 million. But they don't. Igbo loan law, where has this gone to is the question. Erotikpe Baba Adeboye, Gio, talked about this some few months back. I'll probably see if I can get the video. But I remember, writing it down. But will be out of one of my days, be a new one new. Tó ń sọ pé ta ni wọ́n tẹpo yẹn fún, ta ló ń rà? Epo Nigeria. Epo tó jẹ́ kó feed in Nigeria. That's about, thank you so much, Olakunle is giving us an estimate of 850 million naira ní owó epo tó jáde tá mọ̀ bí tó wà. Almost 850 million. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń darí ètò. We are just the media at 10:28 a.m. I mean, Monday, January 2nd. This is a live broadcast. Imagine 850 million worth of crude oil has gone out of Nigeria and nobody knows where it is. 850 million. At 2023, bí àwọ̀ ìtìmọ̀ àti kúrò ní 2022, 2023 làwà. Break up the shithole country and let us have a better life. That's all we are saying. But it is not going to be an easy task. Everybody knows that. Breaking up out of Nigeria, because we have been together for 62 years. So, what is lucky? I want to try láti afe unlock it. And we are trying to unlock something that it still doesn't want to be unlocked. So you òyìnbó ẹ̀yẹ yìí nǹkan tó lock what bí gbà tó lock ẹ̀ pa pé ìránṣẹ́ ẹ máa gbogbo ẹ máa jọ gbé papọ̀ níṣẹ́ ẹ lọ máa solve problem. Yes, you're right, dead country. Hey, imagine 17 million barrels of crude oil was exported without any record. Nobody knows, who took it out. There's no record. Happy New Year to those of you that is still celebrating the New Year. And the Happy New Year as well. Tabatu mulo si China, àwọn Chinese ní sọ celebrate New Year kankan. Àsìkò New Year wọn tito. Àbẹ́ ò mọ̀ ni. Ó rẹ̀ pé gbogbo ẹ̀. Àníṣe olúkálùkù ń protect heritage ẹ̀. Ǹjẹ́ wàá fẹ́ protect heritage wa? Lára ń tàn sọ nìyẹn pé tá bá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, òun la máa lè respect heritage wa. Kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́sìn. Chinese is not doing any Happy New Year kankan. Forget it. Wọ́n ti sí nínú New Year. Àwọn nígbà tó máa ń celebrate New Year tiwọn. 62 years of sorrow, 62 years of hardship. Same set of people. All they are doing is wọ́n kàn máa ń go round. Láàárín wọn, ará ọmọ Yorùbá tó kàwé tọ́lọ́run fún lẹ́bùn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè bless àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire when it comes to intellectual ọgbọ́n bá ní ọgbọ́n yẹn ṣe lò fún Yorùbá nation nísìn ẹ̀ńdá gbogbo ẹ̀rú ní ẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀ àwa kọ́ la dá Nàìjíríà rú but ǹjẹ́ àwọn kan wà náà tó jẹ́ pé táwa náà láti máa point finger sí pé bàbá yìí gbà tẹ́yìn mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò ní work I'm gonna talk about one particular man based on what I saw what I saw when he gave an interview with Seun Okinbaloye. My friend. I call him my friend because we're friends. Nigeria 30 is more than expired. Once again, a very good morning to everyone that have joined us so far. As we are now educating ourselves again this morning. Let's go into the next slide. I'm not going to go into all the details because going into all the details is a waste of energy. Enjoy no lomamaro. Okay, what is G crude oil yẹn? And investigation. All that is lies. But let's talk about this. Our father. How many of us know him or probably you've heard about him? His name is Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. And maybe I should just show you his picture. There's something I want to use from what he said on Seun Okinbaloye. So this is what it looks like for some of you that doesn't know him. How many people know this man? Hello ti gbọ́ bàbá ẹ̀ rí. Hello mọ bàbá ẹ̀. Mo kàn fẹ́ lo ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ pẹ̀lú Seun Okinbaloye. Mo á lọ ka history wọn díẹ̀. Mo lọ ìgbà tí mo wo fídíò yẹn tán, mo á lọ sórí Google, mo type orúkọ wọn jáde. Ṣé pàtẹ́ láwọn gbòógì Yorùbá báyìí kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. But who is he gangan ta ni bàbá yìí náà? Àti pé ǹjẹ́ bàbá yìí is now in his 80s o. But ta ló mọ rẹ́kọ̀dì bàbá yìí pé òun náà gbádùn nínú Nàìjíríà? Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. How many people knows it? How many people have come across this man? Or you've probably read something about him or you just know something about him? How many of us? He's a very, very important person. Okay? Somebody just told me, yes, I read about him too. Okay, very good. Eshegoni Yawa, Yetunde Talabi, and thank you so much for that. I'm just waiting to see maybe I pick one or two more people. So, Koseni Kokonto mo babai. Gbogbo èèyàn ni Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. From even what I've read, he worked with Babangida at some point. Babangida le la sọ pé problem wà àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Okay. Got you. All right, let's move on quickly. Let's go and take a bit of history of who this man is. Thank you. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ nípa Baba wa yìí. I've not said he has done anything, but I just want us to go through the record together with him. He has not done anything, no. But mo kàn fẹ́ kí o wo life bàbá ẹ̀. Ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi láàárọ̀ ẹ̀, mú pen and paper dání, kó tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ. Kó wá máa wò pé ǹjẹ́ irú ayé tí bàbá yìí gbé, ǹjẹ́ mi tẹ̀ ti gbérú ẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ irú ayé tí bàbá wa yìí bàbá wa professor yìí, right? Almost the same age pẹ̀lú Professor Banji Akintoye, but òun ò ní kankan sọ, kò sọ kankan lórí Yorùbá Nation. Mo fẹ́ ká tẹ́tí o, kò ṣe pé àní professor tó pọ̀, we have a lot of professors in Yoruba land. So when we point finger at Baba Akintoye, ǹjẹ́ irú àwọn bàbá báyìí náà, ǹjẹ́ kò jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ point finger pẹ̀lú wọn pé I heard about him before under Babangida regime. Okay, thank you so much. So we now have few people that say yes, I want to money nípa bàbá ìtẹ́lẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ ní o. Ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo anísìn gbogbo aláti fẹ́ kódà tàbá tẹ́lẹ̀ mi bá rí Baba Akintoye báyìí nísìn á fẹ́ lágò mọ́ lórí. But ǹjẹ́ àtẹ̀lọ́ wá pé irú bàbá yìí náà, ibo ní irú bàbá yìí wà tá à ń pariwo Yorùbá Nation. Bàbá tó good báyìí, professor tó ó gbádùn Nàìjíríà ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Wallahi, I'm gonna go through a bit of their history. So now that we have his face, ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ mú fídíò tí mo gbọ́, tí mo tẹ̀ ti post fídíò yẹn láàárọ̀ yìí. Okay, ó dà pé fídíò yẹn wà lórí Twitter page Festus Keyamo. Ọ̀nà méjì ni fídíò yẹn, Festus Keyamo ti break ẹ̀, òun tútù cut lára ẹ̀ ni. But èyí tí mo rí, bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa 2023 election, so many questions was being asked. But ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo ti Festus Keyamo to break. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ fídíò yìí, ẹ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ.
Spent this program on General Obasanjo's letter or ideas and what
okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí to be able to balance it properly so that mo fẹ́ ká wo view bí tí bàbá yìí ṣì wà ní mò ń sọ o, because definitely if Baba Akintoye can rescue himself to say no, not rescue mo fẹ́ sọ come out to say well full òun fẹ́ Yorùbá Nation. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sórí page Ṣeun Ọ̀kínbalóyè. Ẹni tó bá ní Twitter ó kù sí lọ́wọ́ àti ní kẹ́ lọ register fún Twitter. Ṣeun Ọ̀kínbalóyè Ọ̀kín ọ̀rẹ́ mi dáadáa. Ọ̀kínbalóyè, yeah, that's him. Very brilliant journalist, just doing his job. Fẹ́ kẹ́ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ ní o. Okay, let's come back. Okay, I have 6 minutes. Ó ti pẹ́ jù, mo fẹ́ fún wọn ní timeline yẹn. So let's just go with Festus Keyamo's one. Ìyẹn ti tó. And tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ the full version there, because they were talking about 2023 voters card blah blah blah. But ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò kọ́ nìyẹn. Mo fẹ́ lò Professor Kilonje again, Bọ́lájí Akinyemi. Gbòógì àgbàlagbà ni wọ́n. Bọ̀ẹ́jà gbọ́n tọ́sọ ní bíbá. Tó mú mi fẹ́ lọ́kọ̀ mo kọ̀ rí fídíò yìí ni mo wá lọ pátá ní bàbá yìí. And sometimes mo lè ti pàdé wọn rí lórí bí àtọ́ ti sọ̀rọ̀ níbì kan, but mo wá lọ wo mo lọ ka a bit of his background. Ṣé pé a sì láwọn èèyàn gbòógì báyìí? Níbo ni gbogbo àwọn ilé wà? Yeah, he was the information minister under IBB. Ẹ ṣé gan ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin any information tẹ́ bá ṣàmọ̀ nípa ẹ ṣáà máa bá fi síta. Èmi náà ti ka díẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Information minister. Bí Lai Mohammed àbí. He was an information minister under IBB. Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí ìyá mi Ellen. I know him very well. International affairs. Okay. So gbogbo problem tá a ní pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá Nation. Ṣé mo pé irú máa yìí lè help wa? But they are not interested in Nigeria breaking up. But in his 40s, he enjoyed life so much that he traveled out of Nigeria. But let me just go with this video first. I do not own the copyright to this video. It's just for educational purpose.
With all due respect to all those involved, don't let us spend this program on General Obasanjo's letter or ideas and what have you. Because some of us believe he also is part of the foundation of the problems that we have in this country.
Professor mo ní láti kọ orúkọ yẹn kí n má máa gbàgbé. Professor Akinyemi àbí Akinyemi ni mo pè wọ́n. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ láàárọ̀ yìí o. If we do not break away from Nigeria, you will not understand that the same set of people will have prepared their own grandchildren to make sure that they keep you in Nigeria. Hallelujah, please. Hello. Níbo lélẹ̀ tí wá ká ẹ̀? Right from this channel. Not disturb one anyway. Níbo lòun ti wá kẹ̀? Once again, a very good morning and welcome. And welcome to the program. I'm going to remove that person because it's a distraction. Let me just play the video and then I'll do analysis on it later.
With all due respect to all those involved, don't let us spend this program on General Obasanjo's letter or ideas and what have you, because some of us believe he also is part of the foundation of the problems that we have in this country. And one of the things that I have said is, once you have occupied that post of president and you have served your term, please go home and be like General Gawan, be like General Abdul Salam. Just be quiet. You've had your term. You've had your innings, if I can use cricket language, and let others get on. But for you to create problems for us, and then you come back and you present yourself as problem solver, I find it difficult to swallow. I know there are people who say, ignore the messenger and just focus on the message. I'm sorry, I'm a political scientist. That doesn't rub with me. In fact, I'm sure whoever came up with that must be a politician.
Okay, we have listened to Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, a very well-read, international affairs minister under IBB, But ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ bi gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tí mo ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ka history bàbá yìí kó wá máa fi wo history ayé tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀. Is from Ilesha. He was born in Ilesha. Mo fẹ́ ká máa take note of gbogbo tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí, which is on record there on the Wikipedia based on what they put there anyway. So we know that he was born on the 4th of January. So in another 2 days, ó máa celebrate 81 Kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ kó túbọ̀ pẹ́ fún wa dáadáa. Kọ́lọ́run lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí wọn. But the problem is they are not interested in Yoruba being break up. Nigeria breaking up anyway. He was born in 1942. He's currently 80 years old. He's a Nigerian professor of political science who was Nigeria External Affairs Minister from 1985 to 1987. He's also the chairman of the National Think Tank. Ben Yami, Janet, we have so many of these people that could have also come up on board, but they are not coming on board because they still believe in Nigeria. Why, I don't know. But let's take a look at his early life and academic career. Akinyemi was born in Ilesha, in what is now known as Osun State. He attended Igbobi College in Yaba from 1955 until 1959. Baba lọ wo rẹ́kọ̀dì àwọn schools yẹn nísìn, kò í ṣe the same standard tán ní nígbà yẹn lọ ní nísìn. Baba mi sọ pé, on the contrary, Britain was a founding member of EU since 1973. In 2020, they left EU without a war. They followed the protocol laid down if a member decides to leave. Yoruba people now decide to leave and they have followed the protocol laid down by the United Nations. Peaceful exit of Yoruba people. We are living in two different worlds. Baba mi Michael, reality yẹn lè work ní Nigeria. As much as it's a good thing, yes, Britain left, they voted, I was here. You have the option to vote whether you want to remain BRICS exit or in or out. But abandon pé ìyẹn máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria, we can follow the protocol. No protocol is going to be allowed in Nigeria. Nigeria is a lawless country and everybody knows that. In reality, bó ṣe jẹ́ kó rí nìyẹn, there should not be any reason for fight. But the question is that going to happen? It is not going to happen. And everybody knows that. So come on, deceive Arawa. Everybody knows that we are not going out of Nigeria in an easy way. Everybody knows that. Nigeria is not as any other country. It's a shithole country, and we must understand that. Let's continue. This, our professor, was born, as we found out, on the 4th of January, 1942. Niwobi Babai. He went to Yaba Igbobi College, ni Yaba, in 1955, up to 1959. From there, he went back to Chris School, Ado Ekiti. I'm not sure whether that kind of school is still existing anyway. They want to solo look at me, I don't know. Ekiti funare gan nisin won struggle ni. Well, sanwó pension, everybody can suffer. Wọ́n gun ọ̀kadà káàkiri. He went back to Chris School, Ado Ekiti, from 1960. 1960 yẹn gangan ni agba independent. Ṣé ń tẹ́lẹ̀ mi? From 1960 to 1961. Then he traveled to Temple University, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. From 1962 to 1964. Wọ́n pẹ̀ ń wo rẹ́kọ̀dì yẹn. Then Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, University of Medford, Massachusetts, US. Then from 1964 títí di 1966, wọ́n padà wá sí Trinity College, Oxford, ní England. Trinity College yẹn, I'm sure it's still existing today. Gbogbo àwọn tí Chris School Ado Ekiti yẹn, ọlọ́run tí gbogbo àwọn yẹn máa wà lẹ́ni nísìn. These are part of the damage that they've done in the life of the Yoruba people. But ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò kọ̀ǹgọ̀ kọ́ nìyẹn, mo ì tí ibi tí mo fẹ́ lò nínú broadcast yìí láàárọ̀ yìí. He now went again. He came to Trinity College from 1966 up to 1969. So the question is, when he was traveling all around the world, he must have seen a lot of things. You know, he understand things. He was probably brilliant, and he got that opportunity because Wikipedia. What I read was from this angle. I think when he was doing his 80th birthday rather, you know, something pop up on the Guardian newspaper of January 6, 2022, which was last year. And I started reading through these. But nígbà tí mo ń kà, ó láwọn kankan tí mo rí nínú ẹ̀bẹ̀ náà. So let's go with it a little bit. I'm not going to read everything. It's a lot. I'll share that with you. You know, you can go and take your time to read it. But point kan mo kàn fẹ́ mú àwọn point kan jáde nínú ẹ̀ ni. So they were celebrating him. He's worth celebrating because the Yoruba man is a professor, well-read. You know, he has traveled around the world. He worked in different sectors. You know, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not going to go into all that. So let's move forward a little bit. But this is him right here, okay? This picture you are seeing in front of me right there. I want you to take note of this picture. So in this picture, 37-year-old Nigerian head of state, General Muritala Muhammad, 37 years old. I'm 43. Wọ́n pariwo Yoruba nation and point finger lé mi lórí. Bàbá 37, General Muritala Muhammad, late, was only 37 nígbà tó di head of state. 37 years old. His 31-year-old ADC, Lieutenant Akitunde Akishiwa, then 33-year-old Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. These are the people that have been in government indirectly or directly for the past, only God knows. But they are still telling me and you, let's keep one Nigeria. Let's survive Nigeria. Ẹ wo picture yìí lásán. Ẹ study picture tó wà níwájú yìí. Ẹ wo picture yìí. I hope everybody can see this picture I'm showing you. Nínú picture yìí, Muritala ti kú, ìyẹn ti lọ ńtiẹ̀. Bàbá wa yìí ṣì wà láyé, k'Ọlọ́run bá wa lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀. I don't know about the Akitunde Akishiwemi. Ṣé yẹn ṣì wà láyé? Let's go and look at Google and see if we can find that person. And when we say that we are in danger, ẹ fi pé, okay, bàbá yìí náà ti kú, he died in 1976. Okay, Lieutenant Akitunde Akishiwemi was the aide-de-camp to Muritala Ramat Muhammad, the military ruler of Nigeria from 1975 to 19. He was killed alongside, okay, alongside the boss. Okay, he was actually killed, so he's dead. And I saw this car once when I traveled to Nigeria, mo rántí bí 2015 or 2017 or 2016. But mo lọ sí museum ní Oníkan, mo rí mọ́tò yìí, mọ́tò tó fi pa Muritala Muhammad. èèyàn kan tó sọ pé he has been one of the ambassadors as well. So this man tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lénìí bàbá wa yìí is still relevant today, but is not interested in the breakup of Nigeria. Do you know why? I don't know. Maybe you know, but I don't know. But every time they will bring them to come and talk to Nigerians, just as he has done in this video that we just played earlier on. Let's watch this video again.
Total respect to all those involved.
He's now in his 80s. Muafesh analysis video idea. Why am I bringing this out is there was something I picked up as well. Now that mo picture yìí, àti mo ke bàbá wa yìí, he was ìwọ náà máa wo age ẹ, ìwọ tó point finger, máa wo age. This man was 33 years old when he was already the Director General of the Nigerian Institute. Bàbá yìí was 33 years old. Ìwọ máa lè. Tá ń sọ pé ká dá dúró, tó point finger. Yeah, Akinyemi died in the coup. Ẹ ṣé gan mo ti rí. Bàbá tí mo sọ yìí, he was 33 years old. 33 ni bàbá yìí. Ó sì wà relevant títí dé nìkan ló ń jẹ́ kó pẹ́ fún wa. Ìwọ náà máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ pé how old èmi ti sọ pé age tèmi ní sí I'm 40 something years old. Èmi mọ̀ pé mi fa gbùrù ní UK ni láti 1998. Ìgbà tèmi dé bíbá in my 20s. Ó tó bá jẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá sì wà bó ṣe wà tó ṣe ń gbé bọ̀. Kò jẹ́ kí irú èmi wá tún máa wá ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú yìí. Ó jẹ́ kí n kàwé. Kí mo bá tẹ̀ wá mọ̀wé yẹn, màá lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́, màá dẹ̀ padà sílẹ̀ Yorùbá during the Western region. Èmi náà dẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ àbí àwọn tá a bá bá nígbà yẹn, à máa ṣèjọba Yorùbá lọ. Kó tó di pé wọ́n dàrú. I hope you are following the conversation this morning. These are the people that are not interested in Nigeria to break up. Because so far, I've not heard him say anything about Yoruba nation. Or maybe he has said, I don't know. If you know, let me know. So when we sit here and we are talking, don't point finger alone at the Fulani Hausa. Let's point finger at some of our own people as well, like Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. Why are we not pointing finger at him? Ó ti jẹ́ Baba Akintoye nìkan là ń point finger lé lórí. Baba Akintoye is 7 years older than this man. And if Baba Akintoye can see the problem of Nigeria, are you telling me that this professor, well-read, well-learned, at 33 years old, this man was already a director? 33 years old. Ìwọ ọmọ 33 years old tó ń gbọ́ mi láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ yẹ ká sáré ṣe sample test láàárọ̀ yìí. Èèyàn mélòó ni ó ń wò wá láàárọ̀ yìí tó wà in the bracket of 20 to 40? Ẹ kàn sọ pé yes. Èèyàn mélòó ló ń gbọ́ wa láàárọ̀ yìí nínú broadcast tí mò ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí? Ẹ sọ pé mo fẹ́ mọ̀ ta ló wà between the age of 20 and 40? Èmi ti jẹ́ ẹyọkan láàrin yín. Èmi náà fi síbẹ̀ pé yes. Yes, èmi náà ti fi sí koikimedia lórí YouTube, màá fi sí lórí Facebook mi náà. So ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àwa mélòó, ká kàn wo estimate roughly. Okay, so far I can see people putting it on the YouTube. YouTube nìkan la ti ń respond. Okay, a ti ń rí lórí koikimedia, a rí lórí Koiki Odùduwà. So okay, yes. Okay, ẹ ṣé gan ni. So now we know that now ẹ̀yin 50 something má worry. Gbogbo náà la love. Ó ní kan tá fẹ́ mú jáde pé Bàbá wa, he was a director. Kí ló dé tí ìwọ nísìn ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi yẹn tó sọ pé ìwọ between 20 and 40. Kí ló dé tí ìwọ náà lè jẹ́ director lẹ́nìí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Do you know why? Because the Fulani destroy that what will make you become a director. Gbogbo tó máa jẹ́ kó jẹ́ director. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa lórí Instagram. Mo ti rí pé wọ́n pa bàbá yẹn pẹ̀lú Muritala ní kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ gbogbo wọn. Ṣé rí ìdí tí a ṣe ń sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ó ti ní kélẹ̀ tipẹ́? Because nígbà tí mo wo fídíò bàbá yìí lánàá, fídíò tí mo wò lélẹ̀ tó ń criticize Ọbásanjọ́, kí ni ìyàtọ̀ bàbá yìí nísìn àti Ọbásanjọ́? I don't know, because bàbá yìí ń criticize pé Ọbásanjọ́ kó gbẹ́nu sọ̀rọ̀ pé Ọbásanjọ́ wà lára ẹni tó da Nàìjíríà rú, pé kó lọ jókòó bí àwọn Gowon àti kó má máa sọ ẹwọ èrò bó ṣe ń sọ pé yes láwọn tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ kí ayé wa máa dáa. Ṣé wàá mọ̀ pé bàbá yìí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ o, ṣé mọ̀ pé bàbá yìí gbádùn in the sense that ó ní scholarship tó fún tó fi travel out. Kò ní ìdówó. All hail Biafra. Uche himself say I be between 20 and 40 and yet I'm sure Uche could have been a director. I don't know whether Uche is watching us from Nigeria or outside Nigeria. And if he's not watching us from Nigeria, he should not be even outside Nigeria as an Igbo man. Uche should be back inside the Igbo land doing the best thing for the people, making life better, just as we have seen here in Europe, where a 23 years old is a counselor, and I don't need to bribe her before she does what she needs to do for me. You can see why I am saying that getting away from Nigeria is not going to be an easy task, but it is a job that has to be completed. I hope you are all following the conversation. I am not saying this man is bad, but the question is, if this man that you are looking at was a director at the age of 33 years old. Now let's go into a bit of his history. Akinyemi was just 33 years old. And follow me with this. What the Itimo highlighting is what I want you to follow me with. Professor Akinyemi, I don't know whether I was a professor then, but because the Yoruba people and the Igbo people and even some Hausa, we are all learned people. But something destroyed us. And that thing that destroyed us is not going to change anything now. If we continue to remain in Nigeria, it will kill you one day, just as these two couples were murdered. Assassin killed them in their home in Ogun State in Yoruba land. Can you imagine? Kidney Baba Imo Nipa CBN. I don't know. Maybe he knows something as a Yoruba man. I don't know. I'm just, because once they say assassin come and kill you, you must know something or something must have gone wrong. Koda ati ya atomo ati maid loti jilo nisin. This happened on January 1st yesterday. This is the Nigeria that we are today after 62 years. And nobody would have been able to pick up the CCTV of those that committed the crime. Crime is being committed daily in America, but they will solve that crime even if it's going to take them years. The question is Professor Akinyemi Bolaji, is he not looking at all this problem? Is he still thinking that Nigeria can be fixed? Is the question. So when somebody like Baba Akintoye is telling us that is one nation, one people, let us leave Nigeria, it is not for us. What about this man, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi? What is he saying? Because these are people that also enjoy under the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. But Baba Wanisin Sokwe, one people, one language, one culture, does not mean that we will not have a relationship with the North, does not mean that we will not have a relationship with the Middle Belt. But the question is, nobody wants to speak out. But when those that are speaking out, they are pointing finger that they are not doing very well. The question is, what is Professor Bolaji Akinyemi not doing? Because he's an international man. He knows all the network. Somebody say he's also part of the problem of Nigeria. But he's pointing finger at Obasanjo. Can you see live? I hope you are now understanding why we say that. Okay, remember what, let me quickly bring this video up just to back it up. Remember what our father, Chief Toladeni, told us, that just bribe some Yoruba people, make MK Abiola a billionaire, Otedola a billionaire, Adenuga a billionaire, Professor Akintoye, maybe not a billionaire, but he's working for Yoruba Nation. No. Don't take that one. You can understand that we have so many of them like this. Millions of Yoruba people that are laughing at us and saying, why should you want to break up Nigeria? Because if we go back now, some of his grandchildren, probably not in Nigeria, I don't know. Oh, you're watching from Nigeria. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Biafra. Woto, they come this year. They think say with a joke. I listened to my brother Simon Ekpa State of the Nation broadcast yesterday. So let's quickly go into this again. I'm going to link this man. Remember this face as well. This one is the current chief of staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, dead or alive, Ibrahim Gambari. Just remember that this picture now is Ibrahim Agbola Gambari. He was also born in 1944. Almost same year with Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. They are just 2 years difference. Same set of people. That's why the topic this morning says, same, yeah. Maybe I should quickly read that to you. Assassin on Sunday yesterday, murder Kehinde Fatonye, a staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Why? Fatin Oye was killed alongside his wife, Egbo, who was until the incident a principal of confidential secretary at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Funab. Hey, According to Daily Post, gathered at the unknown person had stormed the Ibara GRA resident, which is a very, I mean, we're not, if anybody living in GRA I mean, you must have some kind of money. That's why this man can live there. The wife and him, they're doing very well. They're Yoruba, they've served. I don't know what led to the assassination. But all I can say is this is the Nigeria that we are living today. Somebody is saying, I grew up in Ilesha and Osun State. Professor Bolaji Akinyemi have not done anything to develop Ilesha. We didn't even benefit anything from him. Let's move away from here. But not only that, according to information, they now even set them ablaze. After they killed them, they set them ablaze inside their own house in Yoruba land. And according to information, they now also couple, son, and domestic staff were reportedly taken. Ìyàwó mi tẹ́ ń béèrè pé ta ló máa wá gbà wọ́n sílẹ̀ báyìí, ta ló máa gba ọmọ àti staff tó jí lọ báyìí nísìn. Ṣebí olówó ló ní staff. Both of them gone. First day of the year, January 2023. Well done to all the koikimedia staff and welcome. These are so many of the reasons why we are saying, yes, Yami Janet. And I think ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan pè mí lánàá láti America. Tí mo ní ìgbà tó drop kan pé he wanted to do flag from US. It was the first time caller. Kódà wọ́n send $100 sí mi lánàá pé Koiki 4 hours. Adúpẹ́ fún ẹ. And he sent $100 through Cash App. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much. He says, tẹ́ bá fáwọn ní security. Àwọn pọ̀ táwọn wà ní Indianapolis. Àwọn máa wálé. Who is coming home? Good morning, Mace Gold. Good morning, everyone that have joined us. I appreciate every one of you. Bond beyond recognition, according to Sunke. Àwọn méjèèjì ti lọ, wọ́n ti gbà pé àwọn wá sáyé, kọ́lọ́n kó bá wa fọ̀run kẹ́ wọn kó tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́. Ọmọ tó wá jí lọ àti maid, kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ k'Elédùmarè pé ká rí wọn padà. This is the Nigeria of today. I'm not saying that there's no crime in UK. As told you, I think December, Boxing Day or Christmas, I can't remember, but the story is there online. A woman was killed and some people were injured in a pub in Liverpool. A friend was kidnapped, according to Olakunle, on 31st of December, right here in Ikorodu, and they are demanding 10 million as of yesterday. They have stripped him and was beaten with cutlass in a short video shared. Don't even share that video with us. Good morning, my brother Ayomikun. Let's go back again. Remember this guy, okay? Orúkọ ẹ̀ jáde nínú story tí mo fi kà jáde níbí báyìí. So, a ti mọ̀ pé bàbá wa yìí, kí ló dé tó ṣe ní opportunity? I mean, if somebody at the age of 33 was already a director, wow, that is a big deal. Akinyemi was just 33 years old then, and little known lecturer in a political science department of University of Ibadan. But Muritala Muhammad knew Professor Akinyemi as a brain power, his belief and pride in Nigeria, and his audacious ideals. Let's go and look for the meaning of audacious. These are the reasons why people like this will never support Yoruba nation.
Audacious.
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 Audacious. Showing a willingness to take surprising bold risk. Just like the risk they may not take, Abi. If you not trying to take a risk. It's not easy, but you pay for long. So, what is an audacious person? Audacious, intrepidly daring, adventurous, reckless, bold, rash, contemptuous of law, religion, decorum, insolent, marked by originality. Èmi náà lè pera mi ní audacious, àbí? Ṣé mo lè pera mi ní as an audacious? Because èmi náà take risk. Gbogbo wa náà lè pera wa ní audacious. We are taking risk. So, as to get the meaning of that. Now, let's come back to the article that we are reading. This article will be shared for those of you that won't. I'm not going to read everything. Now, let's move forward quickly. Nígbà tí mo wá ń kà lọ, he's audacious because of his talent in law, and because ó kàwé gan. But èyí mélòó nísìnyí kàwé bẹ́ẹ̀ bí bàbá ẹ̀ ṣe kàwé. Ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi ní Ọ̀ṣun State tá à ń pe Yorùbá nation tó sọ pé no. Ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ pé nígbà kan bàbá yìí jẹ́ àǹfààní Nàìjíríà? Má kà fún ẹ nísìnyí. Let's go ahead. Is an audacious ideas about a strong and resurgent Africa, and his insightful and novel ideas about diplomacy and his great power. But we are not. He's not using all this now for Yoruba people. He's still using it for Nigeria because he believes in Nigeria, even though he has not come out to say he wants Yoruba out of Nigeria. Ṣẹ̀rí reason tí a ṣe ń sọ pé tá bá ń point finger sí irú bàbá Akíntóyè, irú àwọn bàbá yìí kí ló ṣàwọn náà tá point finger sí wọn. I'm talking about Professor Bolaji Akinyemi Tafin Soro Laroy. Let's go back into it. Now, let's go into it. The sheer powers of ideals show its imminent force when the novel concept of how the nation's diplomatic chess game should be played. Novel concept. What was so Nigeria the chess game? And this has been what is going on in the shithole country since 1960 and prior to that, the 1914 amalgamation. Good morning, and you're watching a live broadcast. It's just exactly 11 a.m. Monday, January 2nd, 2023, and Happy New Year to all our listeners. As we say, another election in Nigeria will be a devastating one. We must not give room to that. All right then. Let's move further. Also, the sheer power. Let me just take it back again. The sheer power of ideals show its imminent force when the novel concept of how the nation's diplomatic chess game should be played began to step out from the Akinyemi, headed the NIIA, and they enchanted the Foreign Affairs Ministry, where Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Garba was a minister. I don't know who that person is, but today, the NIIA does not only enjoy a robust respect, but it ranks among the most highly regarded government-owned agency. Let's continue. Then I will move out of this conversation with this man so that we can just discuss something else. But I just want those of us that are listening to remember that this man enjoys Nigeria. And like Obasanjo, they are not ready to allow Nigeria to break up. Let's continue. Remarkably, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi steered the course as the NIIA Director General for 8 long years, because the Shehu Shagari, thank you so much, African Wise Up TV, for the super chat. We love you so much. Shehu Shagari administration, which succeeded the Muritala Obasanjo military administration, retained him. Those were when they were doing all this coup, Guboku Toshin in Nigeria. That is the reason why Nigerians are still scared of a breakup. Hey, we can't break up. Oh, hey, have you told Obasanjo yet? Have you told anybody? Emma Binu, but realize me, one of my system was not powered. It's not dim. I realized the battery was running low. In Nigeria, Emma Binu. So let's go back. Akinyemi steered the NIIA to be a continuous intellectual cauldron where ideas spark against ideas in the form of lectures, conference, symposiums, seminars, roundtable workshops involving the most illustrious Nigerian and foreign incendent brains and statements. All these has not helped Nigeria to move from anywhere. All these have actually not helped anybody. All this job that this man have done, as we speak today, it was also removed. I will tell you when. So with his brain power as a Yoruba man, in the government, there's nothing wrong in that. Even Baba Akintoye worked according to what we heard, because everybody keep pointing finger. Hey, she's Second Republic, blah, 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 blah. But let us talk about this man as well. There are so many of them like that. Let's continue. A very good morning to all our listeners around the world. Its library became an unqualified repository of research materials for postgraduate students on issues on political, economy, social, religious, cultural, and security, because NIIA researchers were churning out qualitative essays, journals, and books with amazing speed. But when it comes to listening, I'm not sure. If you go and look at that NIIA now, I'm sure it's being run by a Fulani Gambari man. Okay, Baba Mituni Kilokpara Sinti, the CBN banker Malafia said before he died, could be the reason why this couple were killed. Wow, Baba Itumumi Padalosi, one Malafia told us something. And Malafia was also a CBN guy. Remember, a deputy governor. And he says it in his video that, don't joke with me. I'm an Oxford qualified person. Don't joke with what I say. Eventually was killed. Maybe, even though he said there will be problem in 2022, but problem is not yet over, because we know that in January 2023, we just lost a couple. And this is what Malafia told us before he died.
Which is do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers. That's big.
Yes. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think that tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforests of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Well, unfortunately, we lost these two couples. Thank you so much, Uzo, Maka, Nicholas, and we love all our, Hausa people. We don't have any problem with them. All we are saying is, the country is not working. Does not mean that we cannot live side by side. As long as I know that you are not a criminal that is living with us, that same goes to the Igbo. That will so go to me if I go and live in Biafra land. I live here in UK. My fingerprint is with the British government. It took me 14 years to get my immigration. There's nothing wrong in that. As long as you want to live in our society, you will be well known, and we can now quickly make sure that if you are going to kill somebody in Yoruba land, at least CCTV will see you. At least somebody must see them from the petrol station with the CCTV camera on the ice, all kind of things. But as we speak today right now, this family is gone. I don't know their views about Yoruba nation before they died, but even though we don't know, we pray for the souls of the departed. Let's go back again to where we were going. And then in just about, as soon as the broadcast gets to 2 hours, I will open the phone line. The question I want you to put at the back of your mind, Inje life ti baba yi gbe, Inje wo gberu e? Okay? Well, I mean, we can continue to blow grammar, but we have to show you the reason why we are blowing grammar. Mr. Gbenga, Bami, Bele, you say, Koiki, how long are we going to be blowing grammar? I'm not blowing grammar. Mo ń sọ ìdí tí ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó wà lórí score èmi àtẹ̀yìn so that we can strangle Nigeria nígbà tásìkò bá tó. Because tá a bá strangle Nigeria, sorry grammar yẹn, èmi ò fẹ́ blow ẹ̀ púpọ̀. But these are the people that have been blowing you grammar. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé irú bàbá burúkú yìí, well, kí n má ní pé bàbá burúkú yìí, but they're all the same anyway. Because he was also part of the system. But enjoyment tí bàbá yìí jẹ, ìjẹ́ mọ̀ pé mi gan tí jẹ́rú ẹ̀. But let's leave that for now and continue. I'm just going to be jumping. Now, something picked up from here again. Then in 1985 or 1983, Babangida regime, they 419 regime. Babangida regime that killed MK Abiola, the late MK Abiola, they no contest. I'm going to make sure put results here. I'm going to make sure put the president. Eventually, late MK Abiola died, and may so rest in peace. So I'm not blowing grammar. I'm just preparing your mind. Because some of you have never been able to be told exactly this kind of analysis. Analysis then going to be Obasanjo, but what about him? And that's something you need to listen. So emu pen and paper, can listen. Nobody's blowing any grammar. And this is not a Bolekaja media. You listen. Then in came the General Ibrahim Babangida Maradona, led military regime in 1985. Nígbà tó gbé tó lé Buhari lọ. Same people. Hello, topic kan lo láàárọ̀. Same set of people running the minds all over the place. Oh yes, definitely. If he says anything against Nigeria, they will kill him. But does that mean that he should remain in Nigeria? Okay, it's connected back. So, in 1985, which appointed Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, who began to teach at the University of Lagos, Akoka Yaba, after his NIIA assignment ended as a foreign affairs minister, it was challenged for the teacher to practice when he preached. Immediately, he reinvented Nigerian diplomacy, imbued it with a newfound but measured radicalism, a streak of economic diplomacy, unmistakable panache, blah, 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 blah. Too much grammar. Mo fẹ́ link ẹ̀ mọ́ bí tí mo ti rí òun àti Gàmbàrí. So I think I was jumping myself because it's just too much. You know, they were talking about it, which I'm not interested in yet. So let's go. Okay, we already know that he studied in Ado-Ekiti at Christ School in 1962, where he had his high school certificate as a young Akinyemi. I want you to take note of this now. How many of our people are given that same opportunity today based on your... Oh, yeah, I understand you, Mr. Gbenga. I'm not blaming you as well. We're just talking, you know, I'm not blaming you as well. Nobody's blaming each other. You know, I'm just also responding to your comment. At the Christ School, how many Yoruba people, how many Igbo people, even how many Hausa people, Eshegoni Yawa, comfort for the Happy New Year super chat. Thank you so much. We love you so much, man. Listen to this now. In 1962, our young uncle, because it's an uncle to me, or a dad, or probably, yeah, our dad, or our grandfather, because he's probably have a lot of grandchildren. In 1962, Ewobiti, what he enjoy Nigeria. In 1962, ǹjẹ́ what he onbomi láàárọ̀ tí mo ní between the age bracket of 20, 20, because age tí bàbá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń tọ́ America nìyẹn. Ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi láàárọ̀ yìí ní gbogbo anywhere tó bá ti ń gbọ́ mi, whether you are outside Nigeria or in Nigeria, have you ever thought that in 1962 you can just be as brilliant and nobody will just look at you and say, oh no, because, but you will be given a scholarship? How many of you are doing that now? If everybody is doing giveaway. Hey, I have 1 million by this Cocoon Foundation. Oya Gbaresi, Gbadodo, Gbaewa, Gbaindomi. But if you were running a country as it was meant to be, you don't need all that nonsense. Because benefit will be given to you according to what you do. And you don't even have to be brilliant. Even if you have a bit of disability challenge, you will be supported. Just as our brothers here, and I think I posted the video this morning, they'll be giving help. Let me quickly show you that video. But today, and I think I need to close out my browsers. A very good morning. Eje Kasariwa, our brothers, why? Look at them. This was the Oyo rally.
Tó sì tún wà nílé wọ́n sì gbé koikimedia breaking workers àti ọ̀dọ́sẹ̀ ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ náà ni a wà ní ọjọ́ 22 ọdún 12 year 2022.
And I think you now get the message. The enjoyment tí bàbá wa rí ní 1962, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa yẹn wọ́n rí. And I'm sure those our youth there are probably in their, 20s or probably going into 30s. And these are so many reasons why we are saying that trying to go for 2023 election is not going to help anybody. But what I can say is in 1962, the current man that we are discussing and going around his name, Professor Akinyemi Bolaji, maybe you've just joined the broadcast. This is the picture of him. In 1962, he had opportunity to travel out of Nigeria as a young Akinyemi that won a nationwide essay competition jointly organized by the U.S. Embassy and the Federal Education Ministry. He was given an opportunity. We have people that are still enjoying this kind of opportunity. Don't get me wrong. So he toured the U.S. for 3 good months at the age of 20. At the age of 20, our father was already touring America. In 1962, ni mo sọ yo. So Tabaman Sokpa break away from Nigeria. Imagine the kind of relationship that US have with Nigeria as far back as then as well. I hope you are looking into that as well. Because monitor la mama wo. So if anybody is saying that America come out bawa, no, America only be anybody. When he traveled to America, he met a lot of people. Let's go through it quickly. He met with the legend, President John F. Kennedy, Raphael Bunge, the Under-Secretary General of the United Nations, Senator Albert Gore, the Vice President. And not same, no man shell America, but shell Baba Gore was a senator, the Vice President, the New York State Governor, Nelson Rockefeller, left an indelible experience on him. Also, Akinyemi spent just 2 years of postgraduate study to earn PhD. As a PhD student in Nigeria today, come here and defend that PhD, even if you got it in the right way. To bribe lecturer, nothing seems to be working. Education system has been collapsed. It does not have any value. Bubani PhD that in Nigeria, to buy data gon say, tendency for mass exam come out. A few exceptional persons have had consequential influence on their countries and even much and these are the reason why somebody like this will never probably join hands with Nigeria. Imagine the kind of opportunity he had as far back. Ben now ghost watcher, what darkening. Yeah, PhD holder doing fuel attendance. So people well, I'm married on different videos. Tom played on Instagram, on TikTok. PhD holder. Thank you so much for watching us all the way from Australia. But there's something I picked up again, which I want to link now, Pelu Gambari. But before I go there, this was somebody else again. Mr. Martins Olojo, who is the editor of the Guardian newspaper, wrote another interesting piece on Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. I have listened to Professor Akinyemi's seminar contribution at the editorial board of the Guardian, where I have also served for years. There is therefore a sense in which I can say without equivocation that he is one of our brightest and best in Nigeria, and somebody like that will never want Nigeria to break in his 80s. Imagine the kind of information they're talking about. These are our father. Let me open it up a little bit because it looks a bit tiny. Let's go into it a little bit more. He isn't a professor who lives on residual knowledge and influence. He reads and studies a great deal, which is something that is good. Education is always good, but it would have been nice to buy education was in Yoruba language. It was lost in Germany, English, school. To buy Yoruba ni a fin ko èdè, la fin science, la fin biology, chemistry, maths. Only God knows the kind of knowledge that we would have got in a lot of us. No, was anything more way. PhD, permanent head damage. Thank you so much. Once again, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the globe. So let's push it a little bit because we are just, almost time to allow you to call in as well. And let's talk about the same set of people that wants to keep you in Nigeria, whether they are in their 80s, whether they are in their 90s, in their 70s, or probably in their 50s, like some of your governors that are running their nose and say, Nigeria. I'm sure this man will probably still say something, and I hope he say it before he died. When you ask him question, he will be delighted by his answer. His deep one always blah, blah, blah. Now again, they've told us, I've read about the schools that he went to Ilesha. Akinyemi, son of the famous principal of Ilesha Grammar School, the Reverend J. Akinyemi, who hails from Ifewara, was born on January 4, 1942 in Ilesha in Osun State. He attended Igbobi College in Yaba at the Sogogo Belenkan. Akinyemi now ìwọ máa wo bíbá nísìn at 43 years old. Èmi ní 44 mo sì wà ní London mo ń fa gbùrù. Ìwọ 44 mo mọ tí wọ́n ṣe nílé ìwọ máa sọ tí wọ́n ṣe. Èmi wà ní London kò make any difference because gbùrù ni mo ń fà ní bíbá. I'm working for the slave. I'm working still as a slave, but slave tó wá ti ní ìwé tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tó ń kọ́ àwọn bàbá wa wá àwọn bàbá wa wá wọ́n ní ìwé wọ́n máa ń kó wọn sínú plantation kíní tó fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn. But now, our Tadebiba in the 70s, in the 80s, àti wá ní understanding, Britain náà ti wá sọ pé okay, kò sóko ẹrú mọ́ bàá fún yín níwèé, but wàá máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa. But you will be paid for that. At 43 years old, Babawa Akinyemi became Nigerian Minister of External Affairs in 1985. I hope you are listening. Moriembe, Aziz, Miami. At 43 years old, he was already a Minister of External Affairs under Babangida, I believe, in 1985. Ìwọ ọmọ 43 years old, tó ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́nìí, tó ń sọ pé wọ́n Nigeria. Ìwọ ọmọ 43 years old, ìyá wa tó ń gbọ́ mi tó ń ṣe POS. Imagine this, our uncle, our father, at 43 years old, he was already a minister under Babangida. You can see that they are the same set of people that will keep Nigeria forever. Let's go into it again. But something happened. Timofe kawa muni bibai. Timofe lo link mo Gambari. I say Gambari yẹn náà ti pẹ́. Sheriba anten wo yi. Ó ti wà ti pẹ́. Bàbá burúkú yìí náà. Ó wà lábẹ́ Buhari nísìn. He's the chief of staff to the president of Nigeria. His name is Ibrahim Agboola Gambari. Ọdún méjì ló fi ju Professor Akinyemi Bolaji lọ. But they have all been part of the system. Ìdí tí Buhari ṣe lọ gbé padà wá nìyẹn because nígbà tí mo wá ń ka bíbá ìmọ̀ Baba Gambari òun ni chief of staff Buhari. Same people. Wow. Mr. Koiki, 10% of people in their 60s have opportunities like him. You really let us know many things that we didn't understand. Thank you so much. Àní tó bá tẹ̀lé pàwọ́ tẹ̀rí díẹ̀ nínú nǹkan táwọn jẹ. Èmi náà bá máa gbádùn wọn náà bá máa gbádùn tí gbọ́n kankan ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ bíbá díẹ̀ sí. Bàbá wa yìí at 43 years old he was already a minister of external affairs. Ìwọ ọmọ 43 nísìn ó ń tẹ̀lé politician they are all caucus padi government bí Fẹlá ṣe sọ àkọlé pé orin yẹn ni. Yeah, Gambari is from Ìlọrin bẹ́ẹ̀ ni orúkọ ẹ̀ jáde ní bíbá ṣẹ́rí mo lè wé ìkílẹ̀ mọ́ kí wá ṣe analysis yìí fún yín kí ẹ lè mọ àwọn reason tí a ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ make sure pé a fi Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn a gbọ́dọ̀ strangle ẹ̀ láti make sure pé a lọ because it will be the same set of people àwọn dẹ̀ tó tún groom àwọn ọmọ wọn à ń point finger sí Haúsá Fúlàní but ìjáwá náà mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan náà irú ọmọ Musili Ọbaníkòrò òun náà ti wà ní House of Rep tó bá máa di another 4 years nísìn òun náà fẹ́ lọ ṣe senator tó bá máa tún yá nísìn á náà fẹ́ ṣe governor. Àwa máa nọ́ọ̀sì àwọn yẹn. And these are the reasons. Morimbe Yawa Awoniyi Ekaroma. Let's continue quickly. At age 43, Bàbá tá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìlérí ẹni o. Bàbá yìí, Professor. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó dẹ̀ gbé mi dọ́rọ̀ tí wọn kò ju pé maybe I should remind you again, this is what actually led to what we are discussing this morning. Because I picked this up and I was like, Tani Bàbá yìí. Okay, ṣé mo ti rí wọn rí? I went to read a little bit about him. And I was like, wow.
With all due respect to all those involved, don't let us spend this program on General Obasanjo's letter or ideas and what have you. Because some of us believe he also is part of the foundation of the problems that we have in.
So that shows that Professor Akinyemi knows very well that Obasanjo was part and parcel of the problem. And Obasanjo told us something that you fool Nigerians, you are waiting for me. You must be mumu. you know, I have a lot of videos here. Let me just remind you what Obasanjo, we played it last night. I can always play. It's just a reminder so that you can understand. And when I'm playing the Obasanjo one, I'm going to stand up, you know, while that video continue to play. And I think I should push that video so that it can come up, because I want you to see Obasanjo himself with Professor Akinyemi, you know, abusing each other. Let me bring that video up.
Now, you see,
Don't show Sha. No,
have...
I can't see the video myself. I want the video to pop up, but Ogboro kúrò lára, Ogboro lọ sí away from the. Let's see now again. How many do you want to see around?
Now, you see,
Sha.
You have everything going for you. And I don't want you to feel discouraged. Please, things are bad in Nigeria. That I believe is only for.
Now, I want Obasanjo's face to show. Enisuru, I have to move it away from the. Enisuru, I'm going to push it a little bit more. I use OBS in case you are wondering what kind of software we use to do the broadcast. It's called OBS. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. As long as you have a good system, you can run the same media. You can also abuse us using your same OBS media, but we are here educating you and giving you all the reason why we need to get the hell out of Nigeria now, before it is too late. And I think we should be able to see Obasanjo's face now. Let's see again. You Obina.
Now, you see, you Obina.
Okay, why am I not seeing his face?
Everything going for you. And I don't want you to feel discouraged. Please, think about that in Nigeria. But I believe it's only for a short time. Because it depends on you. Whatever my generation might have done wrong.
Only whatever my generation have done wrong. I want you to listen to it. I'm going to stand up. I have enough time to come back on my seat. But I want us to see the face of the man that is attacking Obasanjo himself. So let's bring their face together. Let's just bring their face together. No, let's do it. Let's bring their face together so that you can see the person attacking Obasanjo. Enjoy the video while I come back on my seat in about a few minutes.
Now, you see, you have everything going for you. And I don't want you to feel discouraged. Please, things are bad in Nigeria. But I believe it's only for a short time. Because it depends on you. Whatever my generation might have done wrong, and I would be fair to admit that my generation has done a lot wrong, it's for your generation to do it better. And don't just sit down and complain. Don't just sit down and complain. Sitting down and complain is like the anger of the people. You're on the same time, you'll be on the same line, on the same level, but you have to be proactive. And you have to make sure you get enough of what I call critical mass of people, like-minded people, who will be ready to say, yes, we can bring about a change. And you can bring about a change if you get the critical mass of people that are ready to slug it out. I always say, when people say, well, when will this old hand go out of the way? They won't go out of the way. You have to make them go out of the way. They won't voluntarily go out of the way. You have to make it uncomfortable for them. I'm not talking about violence, but bringing pressure to bear.
Okay, we actually used bringing pressure to bear. This is what Obasanjo told us. But Professor Akinyemi disagree with Obasanjo. He said, shut up, you old man. The reason why we need to understand that going to 2023 is a big problem. We must stop it. Stop it by all means so that we will have a better opportunity as Yoruba people in a new country that is completely different, but we are fighting not just the internal fight, we are fighting the external people like the Americans, the Britain, the Western power, the Chinese, the Indians. They all have relationship with Nigeria, and that means we have a big task ahead of us. Let's continue. A very good morning once again.
Due respect to all those involved, don't let us spend this program on General Obasanjo's letter or ideas and what have you, because some of us believe he also is part of the foundation of the problems that we have in this country.
He says the foundational problem. Somebody is talking about foundational problem. Foundational. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo meaning foundational problem. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé yẹ̀wò. Kí bàbá ìmọ̀ àmọ̀ kankan tó fi sọ pé Ọbásanjọ́ gan tẹ́ ń pariwo yìí is the foundational problem. So let me go and do as we do on our class here, foundational problem. One ẹnu kò kì í dùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, but at least we are giving you so many reasons that you must put in your score like me and get angry. So ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo kí ni meaning foundational. Tó bá sọ pé nǹkan pronunciation ẹ̀.
Foundational.
Again.
Foundational.
One more time.
Foundational.
An underlying basis of principle fundamental. Now, tá bá fẹ́ wá lò ní ọ̀rọ̀. What does the word foundational means? Of relating to or forming or serving as a base of foundation. So that shows the same foundation. Remember, I want to take us back again. We're going to open the phone line at exactly 12 minutes. So I'm trying to push as much. But I want you to remember that Jonathan told us something that we must continue to remind you. Do you know what Jonathan told us? Jonathan actually told us that the reason why we want to keep Nigeria is nothing more than the fact that it's just a Britain agenda. And let's go and look for what Jonathan actually told us. Once again, you're watching the second day broadcast on koikimedia. As we say, an election in Nigeria is a disaster for every one of us, including myself and you. The worst case scenario is some of us will be stuck here abroad and we cannot come back home. And those of you at home, the same set of people will deal with you. So let's listen to what Jonathan actually told us.
How we will have this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity.
Ẹ má bínú, Wo TV mo kí ẹ káàárọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn ní ẹyẹ máa lo topic kìtàbà ti lò lórí platform wa, but we love you so much for the job you're doing because you're also helping us to promote our message out there with a lot of your subscribers that you have. And like I always say, in 3 years ago, everybody's free to use our video, but sometimes people get concerned that the headline, they man low. But we love you so much. I'm not going to put my post video here. I had to because I respect Wo TV a lot and all the team that are working in that. Let's continue again.
Not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amadou Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country.
Only a British intention. Let's move swiftly because we have just about 8 minutes before we open the phone line, which is the studio number that you will call. Now, let's go back to the article because mo fẹ́ link ibi tí Gambari ti jáde nínú article yìí. At 43, àti ṣàlàyé bẹ̀yẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, Akinyemi became the Nigerian Minister of External Affairs in 1985, and he held that job for 2 years before Major General Ike Iwachukwu replaced him. We don't know why, but he was actually replaced. His predecessor in that office is now the same person that is the Chief of Staff of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that person is again Professor Agbola Ibrahim Gambari that I've just told you earlier on. He was also born 2 years before Akinyemi. Same set of people as far back as even in the 40s are still telling us to keep one Nigeria. For those of us that were born in 1970, those of us that were born in the 80s, in the 90s, and some of you idiotic idiots that are running around that were born only in 2000, you don't even understand the damage that the Nigerian system has done on every single one of us. And today, Nigeria continue to remove 17 million barrels. Not Nigerians, but when I say Nigerians, I'm talking about people that you know. You know, probably maybe we don't even have to mention their name or we mention their name. Who is removing 17 million barrels of crude oil without no record out of Nigeria is something I don't know. At exactly 11:41, let's now complete where Gambari came into the conversation. He was removed. I don't know why they removed Akinyemi, but yeah, it was too brilliant for them, whether it was too powerful for them in terms of his intellectual, whether he stepped on toes, I don't know. But I am 44. I was not even at the opportunity yet to be in the same position like Akinyemi. Maybe I'm not brilliant, but at least if I was in a Yoruba country or even a Western region, I would have been able to do Okada, I don't know, or maybe something better, but I know that Baba Olowo will not be likely happy to see all of us riding Okada every morning. Okada. I see that is the best transportation system in the world. Mad people all over the place. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Now, after he was removed by Major General Ike Iwachukwu, there was somebody that they brought into that office. It was Professor Agbola Ibrahim Gambari, who served during the military dictatorship of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, dead or alive, nobody knows. He says himself, according to Buhari, he says here, maybe I should show you that. Buhari himself was not happy that we were calling him Sudan of... Buhari himself was not happy that we were calling him from Sudan. He said it himself. Buhari opens up, claims that on death claim, Jubril from Sudan, Buhari was not happy with that statement. Says it wasn't a funny joke. Who says a funny joke? President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday night described the claim that he was dead and that one Jubril Aminu from Sudan was the one occupying the presidential villa. You can see that Nigeria is just a joke. Can you imagine? Even the president said, so when I sit here and I say dead or alive, we don't know, because whether he's alive, we don't know, whether he's dead. But the only way we can know is let him give us a DNA from an independent people, independent organization, and we will take that to the lab in America, anywhere in the world, and we can compare whether it's the same Buhari that was there in 2015, and that would eventually solve the problem. Don't tell us you are not happy. It's not funny. We know it's not funny, but give us your DNA. Let us go and test it. It's as simple as that. At least you have Nnamdi Kanu with you. Nnamdi Kanu charges was not even included that he was calling you that you are a dead man. The wife was running away from dead man. You can see the joke that they keep in Nigeria. You can see the madness in that shit old country called Nigeria. Let's finish up. So Gambari was also part of those that worked with Buhari. Gambari is still serving in the presidency of Buhari as chief of staff. Akinyemi has rise been a phenomenon. He obtained his doctorate degree at 27 years old. He's a very brilliant man. That guy, that man we're talking about. I'm talking about this man, our uncle, our father. Never. Prepare yourself to start calling in. You will only call the studio line +44 74 044 05917. Let's talk about why you at 40, why you at 30, why you at 20 is still not benefiting from Nigeria. That's all I want to hear. Any other thing, I disconnect the call without even telling you I'm going to disconnect your call. At 33, he obtained his doctorate degree at 27. At 33, he became Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. He became a full professor at 41 years old. This is who Professor Bolaji Akinyemi that told us just for the last time in this video before I open the phone line that Obasanjo is our problem. I don't know whether he's also our problem or maybe he was trying to solve Nigeria, but at his old age now, I don't think he can solve any more problem for Nigeria. He's now 80. He doesn't have the strength. He still have the, the capacity in terms of, his intellectual. Nobody can deny that. But whether Professor Bolaji Akinyemi can fix problem of Nigeria, I tell you, that is a complete lie. For the last time, we do not own the copyright of this video. Let's watch it one more time, and I will then allow you to also participate in the conversation this morning. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and I say a very good morning to those of you that are joining us as well.
And one of the things that I have said is once you have occupied that post of president and you have served your term, please go home and be like General Gawan, be like General Abdul Salam. Just be quiet. You've had your term. You've had your innings, if I can use cricket language, and let others get on. But for you to create problems for us, and then you come back and you present yourself as problem solver, I find it difficult to swallow. I know there are people who say, ignore the messenger and just focus on the message. I'm sorry, I'm a political scientist. That doesn't rub with me. In fact, I'm sure whoever came up with that must be a politician.
Well, we had him there, and this morning, as I come out from the full screen of what I've been showing you, and then we can focus back into Yoruba Nation. How do we link all this with Yoruba Nation is the question that people will be asking. What has this got to do with Yoruba Nation? But as we all know, Yoruba Nation is the final solution to the problem. Okay, why is my camera still on? Is what I don't know. Okay, I think I got it. My phone line is open. It's a live broadcast you're watching. This is KOKORO, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. We appreciate those of you that have joined us. Let's close some of the browsers so that we don't have a crash. We've listened to the broadcast for the last 2 hours. Whatever you make out of it. A Jab policeman was caught drinking on duty, abandoned work. And then after finished drinking, that is in the Punch newspaper this morning, he'll probably then come and kill somebody. Let's remember that an assassin set ablaze after killing our brother, our uncle, Mr. Kende, and the wife. The children were also removed from the house. 17 million barrels of crude oil was exported without any record. I'm just reminding you some of what we discussed this morning so that when you're calling in, you know where you want to touch on rather than trying to take us into a different kind of conversation that we're not interested in. PhD holder doing Olosho in the banking system. They have a target. We're only taking a studio number. I'm not taking any calls from the other number. Yawa Tonkwe, Ekpe studio number. You will get through. If you're going to call in, The number there is 1. Dial number. I'll read some of your comments out. Ugo, now, thank you so much for joining us. We want to come out and support Yoruba Nation, then God will have mercy on him too. Okay? The Yoruba people, I've got to understand that the problem we're in today all started with this man behind me. He was working with the empire, and their job was to make sure that they destroy everything that has lineage, link to Yoruba people, whether with our culture, with our heritage. That's why we are hearing that they are returning artifact that should not have left the offshore of the continent where they found it. Imagine some of our artifacts were removed. Moving forward now is the question, what are we going to do to move forward? What are we going to be expecting in the next few days, weeks? Is for us to continue to put the pressure. Bringing pressure to bear is the right word that Obasanjo told us. And I don't think we've put a lot of pressure apart from what we have done in educating ourselves. But the real pressure that we need now, pressure that need missing, is to bring that pressure to reality on the ground. There will be also support of the pressure from those of us outside, whether through rallies that we have done, whether through extra communication, but nobody in the House of Parliament or Westminster is coming to save you. They never saved the NSAS. Yes, they look into the NSAS petition. It was debated because it was over 100,000. But what is the end result of it? All we had was Gowon stole money and brought it here, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, all that did not make any impact. So, maybe, something will just happen miraculously. How is that going to happen? Nobody has been able to define a miraculous way that you will get a Yoruba nation without us putting pressure. And if we refuse to put that pressure, then we would all have the consequence of that. A very good morning to my mother and welcome on board. Gbogbo wa la máa face consequences if we don't bring the pressure to bear. And we're not talking about violence, just like Obasanjo said. Nobody's talking about violence, but there will be some pressure that has also happened around the world. We've told you that. If on Christmas Day, I don't want to play those videos because I don't know how it's going to affect our program. I would have loved to show you what happened in Paris on the Christmas Day. It was chaos. And the reason for that is in your meta kwiri lokpa. Wokpa omo Kurdish meta. And that become a problem. And I don't think nobody was killed by the police. But we know it's a civilized society. So don't expect the same thing from something like Nigeria. We must prepare for the worst case scenario. Nigeria is not a country that respects the rule of law. Nigeria is not a country that will save you anyway. Left and right. So the pressure is the only thing we need. But some people are thinking that there won't be any pressure. And that is where I am a little bit more concerned. Because if we have talked about pressure for 3 years, and all of a sudden now, oh no, you can't reduce tempo, yeah? And I'm asking how. Let's be reality. Let's come to the fact. And all of a sudden now, I've dropped tempo, yeah? And allow the politicians, to go and, vote. And allow our people, they have their constitutional right to go and, no, we don't want anybody to vote. It's not about they have their constitutional right. No, we don't want anybody to vote because that voting has not helped anybody. But we don't vote, don't complain. Whether complain in Nigeria or complain to their loved ones outside Nigeria, one way or the other. So why should we tell people that have no understanding that they are in danger to go and vote? Stop it. We have to help them to stop it. No. There is no constitution that allows them to vote because that constitution is fake. So we got to stop it. But everybody is now saying, no, reduce tempo. No, Koikema, I want the right láti lọ vote. No, nobody have any right to vote. It's fraudulent way because that is part of the agenda by the British government. Oh, go and vote. International community will come and be an observer. I saw them on the ground when I came home. They probably didn't go to everywhere anyway because wá sí ibi tèmi ti lọ wo tí mo ti lọ ṣe observation mi. I was in Alimosho area for the presidential election and I couldn't move as far from there because it was very dangerous. But I was able to move around in Ogun State for the governorship election. I was on the ground. Ọbásanjọ́ bá mi ní polling unit ẹni. Ọbásanjọ́ ó bá mi ní polling unit ẹ nígbà tó wá dìbò ní 2019. So international observer is not going to solve our problem. Okay, when we were láti Kirikiri town, Lagos. So we must get that fact. And the pressure is going to come from every one of us. The media is doing its own job. And you cannot do without the media. You need the media to keep the pressure going. Because 2 hours now that we've told you that Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, as brilliant as he is, enjoy Nigeria more than you in your own age today. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ò gbádùn ní bàbá yẹn gbádùn. And there's so many of them like that too. Some are probably regretting that, gbogbo wàhálà táwọn ṣe fún Nigeria kò lọ bó ṣe jẹ́ kó lọ. They are bitter. They are angry. But there's an hidden agenda that Nigeria is not meant to work for anybody. And that hidden agenda is not something that we find out today. It's been there for a long time. Àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nísìnyí. Once again, thank you so much, Bamidele Mohammed, for putting the number out for us. And let me just pin that for the benefit of those. So, you need to understand that pressure is needed. Am I making a of my way? Come on, low pressure. These people are not going anywhere. They're not going. Don't expect the politician to back down. Politician ti wà rí ìbọn lọ́fẹ́ wọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó wà káàkiri náà ni. Politician wà all over the world. Ẹ ti jẹ́ kí politician wọnú Yoruba nation wọ́n ti dàrú. No. But that is the agenda because politician ò fẹ́ jẹ́ ká lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ṣẹ́yìn ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ẹ̀yin rò pé politician nìkan ni. I pity a lot of you that think it's just politician. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ tán pè ní Western power. Ẹ wo America ló fún bàbá tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. America ló fún ní scholarship tó fi lọ sí America for 3 months in 1962. Ṣé wọ́n gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣó ti gbọ́ rí tẹ́lẹ̀? Èmi náà gbọ́ rí tẹ́lẹ̀, èmi náà ṣe kàtíkù yẹn ni. America ló fún bàbá yẹn ní scholarship tó fi lọ America ní 1962. Ìwọ wá ń dúró ká America wá gbà wá sílẹ̀ ní 2023. Ṣorípọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ó le díẹ̀. America ló fún bàbá tí a ṣe analysis lé lórí kó fi lọ sí America for 3 months ní age 20. Nítorí pé bàbá yẹn ló win ní essay ní gbogbo Nigeria or whatever. Okay, bàbá tí mo lọ Ikekere Madu, bàbá yẹn mo tẹ̀ mọ́ tí fídíò yẹn wà. That old mala. Ó dùn mí gan pé mo tètè mọ̀ pé politician, but I just know that they're all the same. So let us understand the fact that the movement that we say we want our own independent country, the fight is in and outside, and they can use anybody to destroy it. So that one is not a new thing. Wo film ni. Mo ti wo a lot of movie. Kọ́lọ́n bá wa yọ Ìjìnlẹ̀ Marcus. I keep praying for him because I don't understand what is going on anymore. I've asked questions, but nobody seems to have an answer. But we pray for him. And we know that it's a setup. But you have to think about everything. But I don't want to go into too much details. Could it be maybe Ijile knows something as well that we don't know? We don't know. It could be a setup for him. It could not just be because he's talking about Yoruba nation. It could even be an inside setup by those that he might think is working for or against. So we got to balance it. I don't know. Because what if destroy Yoruba nation ni what the politicians want, but how can we reverse that as well to ourselves? Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the program. God will deliver Ijile Marcos. Our problem, we need to face it. We need to face our problem now. And we should not be scared of facing that problem. A lot of us are still scared to face that problem. A lot of us are still scared to face that problem. But Tabati accept we can deal with that problem. We can face it regardless of whatever it is. But a lot of us are scared. And Beru. Beru. We are saying, yes, we are ready. Whatever it's going to take, we will strangle it. But don't think that it's going to come as a jollof rice served to you in a party. Somebody like the man we just talked about. He's still in Nigeria, he's alive. But now that we can at least look at the background, we can understand that, okay, he would probably never want Nigeria to break. Even if you have the intention to say, no, we want Yoruba nation. Because they've all tried to fix Nigeria with policies, with this, with that, with all his intellectual. For 60 years out of his life, he could not fix Nigeria because the Fulanis were not ready to fix Nigeria. Even Tibaba Ebani and Niyon Toda, just as so many people want to fix Nigeria. So today, everybody now is expecting Nigeria to dissolve. Or they want Nigeria to continue. I am not one of those. Whether, we have said that, Nigeria will break up at some particular point. We still don't want Nigeria to, to be in existence. That's as simple as that. It's still a job that needs to be completed by every one of us. And I will play my own part as the last man standing. It's as simple as that. (2023) is not going to solve our problem. The world knows that. 17 million barrels. Níbo ló land sí? Níbo ló lọ? African countries ló lọ ní? Ṣé European countries ló lọ ní? Níbo gangan ló lọ? Níbo ló gbé lọ? Has anybody asked that question? Níbo ni wọ́n gbé 17 million barrels of crude oil worth 800 million naira? Níbo ló gbé lọ? Àwọn olómọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Ṣé Koiki ló mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ni? Ṣé mi ni mo ń jẹ́? Ṣé mi ni mo lóòdì crude oil tó fi gbé kúrò ní Nàìjíríà? For somebody, whether they are Yorubas, Igbos, Ishekiris, Edos, the Middle Belt, the Hausas, the Fulanis, they are groups of people that believe that allowing Nigeria to dissolve into smaller units as a country is not going to benefit them. And this is why we are saying to those of you, your PVC is too late to fix the problem. The problem of Nigeria, even Buhari said it himself, is just too big. Nigeria is too big to be a one country. You have to accept that. Nigeria is too big to be a one country. And if nobody wants to accept that, then some of us have to first shut it down. Thank you so much from Poland. I want to KKK. I want to take back the Poland now, the part of the EU. Hello, Croatia, listen. Yesterday they were celebrating Croatia. Let me give you the statistics of Croatia. Maybe you don't know. The whole population of Croatia is 3.8 million. I want new language. Let me show you the back end. These are all the reasons why we are saying, I can't deceive our. I can't strangle Kini once and for all. Oh, my painful ko somewhere. Koni law as planned, definitely. The film suppose go as planned. Anybody sheruerin. Because I don't sheruerin now. Ewo Croatia. Gbogbo population ìlú yìí. Gbogbo population wọn kò wọ 4 million. And as at àná, Ewo Guardian newspaper to UK. Ewo tó sọ celebration eri tabanike support wa. Ṣètìní nǹkan tó kọ sí bíbá nísìn. Wọ́n sọ fún mi pé I have read 23 articles ní last year. Wọ́n mọ iye article tí mo ti kà lórí paper yìí. But wọ́n ní mo fáwọn lówó. Tàbá sọ̀rọ̀ owó ní sọ, ní kó Èkìtì láìkó owó jù. Guardian newspaper, paper lóyìnbó leléyìí o. Ẹ̀wù ń tọ́kọ síbẹ̀. Everybody rí ń tọ́kọ síbẹ̀ kí n tó close ẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá rí ẹ sọ pé yes. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Ìyá Wa Gbémilékè. Koiki o ti láìkì máa béèrè owó jù. Ṣé wọ́n nìkan ní ẹ̀wù tí paper lóyìnbó tèmi gbé pẹ̀lú wọn for the last 62 years. For the last 24 years. Kí ni wọ́n béèrè yẹn nísìn? Wọ́n ní káwọn èèyàn support àwọn. As little as £1. Because media needs money to run the operation of whatever they are doing. And this àwọn ilé ìrísí wọn sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bí a tó bá di gbàgbó ṣáó. But tá bá lọ sí Africa section nísìn, which I'm going to do after this, I'm sure they will talk about Nigeria. But ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria lè kọ́ máa bá wa sọ? Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré ka bíbáyìí. Croatia takes the final steps into European Union with open border and Euro switch. Once again, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri. And I say welcome to the program. Nigeria is already at the verge of breakup. And we have to break it. It is just too big. Common currency was already used for valuation and bank deposit in a former Yugoslavia country, which joined the European Union in 2013. 10 years after that, their currency will now become euro. Border any European country with less visa or no visa at all. Well, no visa anyway. The number is +44 74 04 05 917. Should you want to participate in the program? This is what we are telling our people. Croatia, a country of less than 4 million. Shall I fake parawasino Nigeria? Nigeria don't wúlò for anybody. Nigeria don't the value system, the nepotism, the subjugation, the fraud. Nothing seems to be working in that country. And look at it. She was killed with her husband. Tó bá tẹ̀ wá pa wọ́n tó fi wọ́n sílẹ̀, wọ́n tún wá sun bọ́dì wọn. Kí ló dé tó ṣe sun bọ́dì yẹn? Wọ́n tún kidnap ọmọ àti ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ tó ń bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́. This man works for the central bank while the wife also works in FUNAB, Kìnìkan Greek. lẹ́yìn Abẹ́òkúta. Eléyìí ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1st of January ìta tó fi wọnú ọdún tuntun nìyẹn. People died in America, but it's well investigated. But what about those? Thank you so much, those of you listening. We have about 12 of you on the mixer line. We appreciate you. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, we only have about half an hour to end the broadcast. We'll come back again later in the evening. If all goes as planned, CSI should speak to us sometime later on today in the evening. And this is some of the reasons why we are arguing that we cannot remain in that country. Croatia, small country, doing something big. How did they get their independence? Let's go and look at that. How did Croatia become a country? Let's go and look at the history. The Socialist Republic of Croatia was formed as a constituent republic of Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. In 1991, Croatia leadership severed ties with Yugoslavia and proclaimed independence amidst the dissolution of Yugoslavia. Àwa kọ́ la máa kọ́kọ́ ní àfẹ́wà pẹ̀lú ìlú kan mọ́. But ìyàtọ̀ tó máa ń wà pẹ̀lú àwọn European countries yìí àbí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn olóbá ni pé àwọn ní advantage because wọ́n ti ń rán ni bí parallel government tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó di pé something lead to something. Let's go quickly to to our first caller as we're winding down from this program this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Koiki. And at the campus, the tomorrow. And Kati, Father gave me maybe advice on the selling. Cartoon, Aramu, in Catabodos is a must. But our is a must because you are done Nigeria and put it our way, Kawa can go back. It's not going back, and it's not a crime that we are doing. Nigeria so that's the reason why we cannot go back.
Okay. Thank you so much. Once again, Croatia was under Yugoslavia. It was dissolved. It was known as the Kingdom of the Serbs, Croatia and Slovenia. In 1929, the name of this nation was changed to Yugoslavia after the World War II. The former Power Kingdom was replaced by a federation of 6 equal republics. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwa náà ti wà lórí pé wọ́n dá regional government rú, a ní government tó máa push ẹ̀ more fún independent Yoruba nation. But the reason why we don't have such is because we have never been given that opportunity to have that regional government láti run títí di wákàtí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé regional government làwọn náà run ni, kódà gbogbo wàhálà tèmi ṣe ìwọ̀nba lèmi máa ṣe because a máa push ẹ̀ láti inú àwọn government tiwa ni pé a ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ̀. But because we don't have a regional government and the politics don't play anything, politics ẹ̀bà àtàmàlà ni. It's not working for anybody. It's just as fake as anything else. So gbogbo àwọn Croatia yẹn àwọn ní advantage. Ẹlòmíì lè máa wonder pé but kí ló dé tí wọ́n rí easy bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ti ní advantage because ẹ rí pé wọ́n ní nígbà tó parí ogun bí a kò yẹ yín kí ṣàlàyé fún yín wọ́n ní 6 republic. Àwọn ò jagun nígbà tó máa fi fún wa ní independent but after agba independent a lọ lórí 3 region. 3 region yẹn wọ́n tún wá dàrú wọ́n jẹ́ kó work. And it's a deliberate act. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. Àmín. Àmín.
Sẹ́ni nǹkan tí mi náà fẹ́ contribution tí mi náà fẹ́ ṣe ni wípé ọdún tó ń lọ yẹn ti kọjá àdúrà náà ní kẹjẹ ká máa gbà tó gbogbo ibi tó bá kù sí Ọlọ́run bá wa sí ṣẹ́gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ń tẹ̀lé àwọn èèyàn yẹn lọ́tọ̀ lọ́sì báwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ tó ti kó yín látàná inú anybody tó dùn torí ó ti sún anybody tó ẹ sẹ́yìn pé tẹ́ ẹ bá rí ní àná gan àwọn èèyàn ò lè gbóúnjẹ ọdún fún yàn níjẹta at least ibi tí Christian bá wà tí Muslim wà ìtẹ́láìsì tó ti wọ́n làwọn èèyàn fẹ́ gbé jáde ní abẹ́ àwọn èèyàn ó wọ́ sí débi pé in fact àti kọ́lọ̀ wọn sáré gbàdúrà wa ìlú yẹn ti kú ní ìlú ti kú pátápátá àní ẹ̀wà ní àwọn èèyàn fi ń jẹ àmàlà ẹ̀wà tó yẹ pé yóò fi jẹ pé wọ́n ti ń jẹba níbi tó wọ́ sí dé ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa o ọdún yín náà là ń wò báyìí o ọlọ́run bá wa ṣe o ẹ̀dá àwọn ẹ̀jọ̀ ń tó torí tọ́ gbogbo ibikíbi tó bá kù sí àwọn èèyàn náà dẹ̀ mọ̀ bára ni àwọn èèyàn bọ́ tí àwọn èèyàn ò lè sọ why because wọ́n ti kéèjì àwọn èèyàn débi pé tẹ́ ẹ bá rí even kò tiẹ̀ ṣe máa sọ wàhálà èkó tó jẹ́ pé èkó lè ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí àmọ́ kíní yẹn ó ti get worse gan beyond ìdí àníbó ṣe wà yìí àti kọ́lọ̀ wọn bá nìkan kọ́lọ̀ wọn yí àwa ń bẹ̀ ọwọ́ láti tóbi o. Salam Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ọdún ayabo fún wa. Àmín. Salaam alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa láti gbogbo ibikíbi tí Elédùmarè bá ti ní kẹ́ darapọ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ wa. Nigeria is a crime scene and everybody will be beaten at some point should we remain as Nigerians because you are using a name that was created in the first place. Gbogbo yẹn láti ṣàlàyé. But stopping it now is where we are saying to people that it has to bring pressure. But pressure here is what people are asking. Nígbà wo lẹ fẹ́ gbé pressure yẹn náà já? Ẹ̀yin náà ti sọ pé pressure. But like I said, the pressure would eventually kick in. Kò sọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀. Inú ọdún tá a wà yìí náà ni. A máa rí pressure yẹn. Ẹgbọ́n sókè láti Àbújá ẹ bá ṣe ní kíákíá.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá mi Koiki ẹ káàsán. Ṣé ẹ rí nǹkan tẹ́mi orí sínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni pé ẹ má jẹ́ àtàrà wa. Àwọn pípé yìí àti fèsì wọn àwọn pọtíṣà yìí tí a bá pẹnu pọ̀ òyìnbó àti fèsì àwọn pípé yìí Nàìjíríà la wà ẹ̀bọ̀jà tara wa àwọn pípé yìí wọ́n rẹ̀dí ok ìyẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn pa Odùduwà nation tó gbójú ẹ̀ jáde ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n kó kan lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lé wọ́n á pa ẹ́ dànù ṣe problem ta ní nìyẹn àwọn pípé yìí wọ́n rẹ̀dí àti pa anybody to the length kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ máa ṣe. So àdúrà mi sọ́lọ́ ni pé ká kí ẹnu wá padà kó padà because kò yí sí tí ọmọ yẹn ṣe sọ lóòótọ́ o kò yí sí o ẹ wo àná on first ọmọọṣẹ́ wa kan ó lọ fọṣọ lódò ni ó dé ẹsẹ̀ dẹ́ yọ sínú odò ó dẹ̀ kú lánàá yẹn náà ṣé tọ́wọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ojú Nàìjíríà ti dà ní ṣé omi tàbí kọ́ ló yẹ kó fi fọṣọ ilé ni kó tó lọ sódò kó tó lọ fọṣọ kó tó kú sódò. Kò sómi, kò síná, kò sẹ́ni tí gbogbo ẹ̀ka wọn abọ́rìn ni. Ọlọ́wọ́ bọ̀ gba Odùduwà nation fún wa o. Ọba máa gba Odùduwà nation pẹ̀lú wọn ní kọ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa, thank you so much.
Ẹ kú ọdún sá.
Ìtàwọn tó nọ́ọ̀sì láàárọ̀ yìí nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní ó lọ fọṣọ ní odò, ó yọ̀ ṣubú. Tó bá tẹ̀jẹ́ pé àwa tàpọ̀ omi láti inú odò yẹn kó wá sínú community kó fọṣọ nínú bẹ̀. People die. I'm sure ní sin wọn máa link ẹ mọ́ wọ́n lè ní ìyá àjẹ́ kan ló pa wọ́n lè ní kinní kan ló pa àfi parọ́ fúnra wa. Everybody knows that we have to put pressure on Nigeria because Nigeria need backup of a lot of Western countries. Ẹ bá mute background yẹn à ń gbọ́ yín. Ẹ go ahead. À ń gbọ́ yín. Ẹ pa èyí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ mi nínú ilé gbogbo gbàlá máa ń sọ yẹn ẹ má bínú. Ẹ lè máa gbọ́ra yín nínú TV ká tún máa pè sórí program ẹ bá wa pa èyí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa yẹn ẹ pa èyí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa yẹn nínú ilé.
Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà nísìn?
Mo gbọ́ sà.
Láti Èkó ni.
Ok. Ẹ pa ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi nínú ilé kò lè work together ẹ switch yẹn off. Ẹ dẹ̀ pa yẹn nínú ilé kẹ́kẹ́ bá mi sọ lórí fóònù nìkan ó wà frustrating ẹ jọ à ń gbọ́ yín nísìnyí gbọ́n mi.
Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti Èkó ní iṣẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi.
Loud and clear ń gbọ́ yín.
Ṣé rí àwọn politicians wa nǹkan tó wá ń ṣe nísìnyí ni pé I go round Lagos State.
À ń gbọ́ yín. Network ní UK kí ló fà. Tẹ́ bá ti ń pè ẹ máa bá mute tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ mi nínú ilé bí àná network bí location tó tọ́wọ́ kàn ní reconnecting ni. What if you find information?
Orúkọ àwọn ọmọ.
Ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ again ni because gbọ́n ẹni láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ again because ó cut off lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ẹni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti Èkó ni ó dẹ̀ lọ kánkán ó ti padà nísìn à ń gbọ́ nísìn.
Ok, mo ṣẹ̀dí láti Èkó ni ṣe ní nǹkan tó wá táwọn political parties tó wà ní Èkó tó ń ṣe nísìn most especially APC ló ṣe kí ní ẹ̀jú. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi?
Loud and clear ń gbọ́ yín.
Wọ́n máa lọ mú orúkọ president wọn ó ṣubú olùlẹ̀ wọ́n á ṣe pósítà ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe pósítà ẹ̀ tán wọ́n á ṣe ti legislator àdúgbò yẹn or senator àdúgbò yẹn wọ́n ṣàmàtò wọn accordingly governor senator legislator ṣe understand mi àti local government chairman àdúgbò yẹn wọ́n á torúkọ wọn sínú bánà lẹ́yìn yẹn wọ́n á wá mú ọmọ ọ̀tá tó bá wà ládùúgbò eré ayẹ ṣe understand mi kí má dárúkọ
ẹ má dárúkọ
tó bá ó jẹ́ Agége ní nísìn ọmọ ọ̀tá tó mọ̀ pé yes olórí Agége tó ń gbówó lẹ́mẹ̀ wọ́n á fi posters arabada yẹn wọ́n á fi device ẹ̀ náà sí ṣe understand mi wọ́n máa fi sádùúgbò kiri to the extent pé ẹ̀ lè sọ anything about against them ẹ̀ máa sọ anything against them báyìí wọ́n bọ̀ abá yìí ni wọ́n bọ̀ àtàkì yìí ni ṣe understand mi níbi tó bá Nàìjíríà dé nísìn tó bá Nàìjíríà dé wọ́n á fáwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá lágbára to the extent pé kọ́ gbowó ọ̀kadà kọ́ gbowó
mo ti sọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ ọmọ owó àdúgbò ó lè jọ́kadà 100 wà ládùúgbò yẹn ó dẹ̀ máa gba bí i 1,000 every day ètò allocate fóun nìyẹn àwa máa lọ mú nínú ẹ̀ a lọ fún MC Olúọmọ nínú ẹ̀ mo ń gbọ́ yín.
wọ́n jókòó wọ́n àrùn kìíní wọ́n àrùn pé ń gbọ́dọ̀ àti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà tó yẹ pé ṣọ́ lórí rere ṣe ọmọ ta ní àdúgbò yìí olórí burúkú ló ṣe ọmọ ta náà ṣe understand ni.
ó yé mi.
so tó bá sọ anything against gangan Sanwó-Olú àbí Sanwó-Olú wọn báyìí wọ́n bá àtàkì yìí ni wọn náà olófà wọn ló jẹ. ṣẹ́wọ̀ wọ́n wo ikọ́ máa ń deliver fáwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá yìí everyday pé ṣé àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá ìjọ́ lè fi nǹkan tó ń gbà yìí lẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ tẹ̀lé wa. ṣọ́ lè fi lẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ tẹ̀lé wa. every corner ni o títí kọ àwọn ọlọ́jà àwọn oníṣọ́ọ̀bù wọ́n gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn lọ́jà tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì gbó ṣe understand me they are making money. owó tó lè lẹ̀ àkáǹtì fún wọn lè ṣe ní tè ládùúgbò wọ́n kàn máa jókòó sí street kọ́ máa mọ sí látàárọ̀ ìṣúlẹ̀ yìí everyday party.
wọ́n dẹ̀ wá deliver fún wọn.
tó wọ́n ro gbogbo kíní wọ́n á ní báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation láàrin wọn ó dẹ̀ mú wíṣù. gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀lé pé wọ́n tó ń jẹ gidi ládùúgbò gan gbogbo ti lọ sásábẹ̀ wọn gbà tó ṣiṣẹ́ tí ò sówó.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni gbogbo àwọn yàtọ̀ sáwọn youth kọ̀ọ̀kan gbogbo àwọn youth ló wà lábẹ́ wọn because ẹlòmíì fi pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lò láti wà fún protection ara ẹ̀ gan because like bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ nobody ṣe èbíyàn kan lọ pa sínú ilé nísìn mo ń gbọ́ yẹn gbọ́ mi.
sáàdì ojú ẹlẹ́gbàá ni mo wà ọmọ ọ̀tá tó wà ní fàdé yìí òun ló ń gbowó dé ojú ẹlẹ́gbàá ló ń gbowó dé láwánsì. ẹ wo bí ọmọ bí ẹgbẹ́ yà ìdàdà.
mo mọjọ ẹlẹ́gbàá.
iye tó máa wọ wọlé fún bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ délì àwọn iye tó wà wọlé fún bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ délì yìí ẹ wá sọ fún mi báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ stop ẹ̀ pé kó má gbà mọ́ ọba oríṣi wọn fẹ́ kílẹ̀ tó wá fẹ́ sọ pé yẹn Yorùbá lè sọ ló máa tẹ̀lé wa jọ yìí. bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ní gbogbo àdúgbò títí kan Agége ni mo lọ àwọn ìtọ́ tó Ìkòròdú town same thing ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ no single development but ìbàjẹ́ yìí ni every corner every nook and areas ní.
everybody dẹ̀ fẹ́ nísìn nìyẹn ìbàjẹ́ yìí náà ni.
mi ní bára fún yín ó dé state wọn á jókòó wọn àrùbá ó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sú mi where do we put at first start and then some of our people yìí wọ́n lè bí ìpè Tinubu ló lè ṣe àwọn òsínlẹ̀ àwọn làwálé àwọn làwọn bó ṣe ń lọ àwọn làwọn ní gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ní kílẹ̀ ẹ̀ ní news tó ń filter tó ń sọ fún yín because of the stage àwọn mi sọ pé wọ́n mú fi wọ́n lè dún wọn lè gbọ́ mọ́ and it's true wọn lè gbọ́ mọ́ wọn lè gbọ́ mọ́ news kan ti filter àwọn olówó àlọ́kọ̀ wọn báwo ṣe wà á kiri kan gbá ìdílé tí wọ́n sọ bọ́ láàrin wọn àwọn yẹn sọ fún mi pé àwọn bàbá náà pẹ̀lú kò tó tọ́ ti bàlú jẹ́ tó bá mo yẹ mọ́ láàrin màálù tó ń bá ọba sí tó bá ti ń rówó gbogbo ọ̀dọ̀ tó bá ti ń rówó ṣe understand mi ní parọ́ fún yín Nàìjíríà yẹn
damage wà lórí ẹ̀ gan àwọn èrò pé damage kékeré ni ṣẹ́rí intimidation tó wà nílẹ̀ ẹ kàn ń sọ àwọn agbèrò lásán nìyẹn o and they are very powerful they are well connected very ìyẹn ni àwọn diaspora kọ̀ọ̀kan náà ń link mọ́ because ọmọ kan tó bá link mọ́ tó bá délé wá fún wọn ní protection fún 2 weeks tó máa fi wà nílé.
tó bá wáṣẹ́ tó bá ṣe graduate tó bá wáṣẹ́ sáà lórí ẹni tí olú ọmọ afọ ẹníṣẹ́ afọ ẹ connection mo ní iṣẹ́ tí olú ọmọ tí ò kàwé ló máa fẹ́ mi ní connection wọn ní
ìyẹn ọ̀tẹ̀ matter ó kàwé kó kàwé. The point is ṣé bí system yẹn ṣe ń run ṣé ó lè survive for the next 20 years again is the question. Kò lè survive ó máa padà collapse náà ni.
ṣé wọ́n wọ́yàn a ní ládùúgbò kò sẹ́ tó ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ mọ́ everybody is sitting at home. wọ́n bá ti rí small change báyìí kí ló máa ṣe wọ́n máa mọ tí wọ́n máa ṣe gáì kiri ládùúgbò.
Well, it is well.
kò sí single development kọ́kọ́ bá ṣe fílẹ̀ sí kó tó wá worse lè sí ni.
Development.
tipẹ́tipẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe lọ lẹ́yìn ìgbà wo ni náà wọ́n sí lọ 2017 or so wọ́n ṣe bọ́ọ̀hù ládùúgbò mi mo tún padà bá bọ́ọ̀hù yẹn wọn kàn tí ì ṣe tọ́jú sí. I don't know mi ìmọ̀ kọ́ ló fi ń kàmpé fún wọn I told them kí ló fi ń kàmpé fún yín tó fi wọlé ìgé wọ́n ní ọmọ fi wọlé jàre kíní kan bá kan ní ìwọ ló mọ̀ ọ́ sílé náà àwọn làwọn àlè náà àwọn làwọn bó ṣe lọ kí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lọ kí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lọ àbí lọ́tọ̀ pa fún yín.
As well. I say God, Bobby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I say God, thank you so much. I say God, Bobby. Thank you. I say God. Thank you so much. We must keep. That is somebody that just came back. Olayemi Oluwafemi, you asked the question that who is likely gonna colonize us as a nation with a question mark? Is it British, France, or whose country? I don't think we need anybody to colonize us again as we are right now. Do you not understand what it means to be colonized? We are still being colonized as we speak right now. Maybe a lot of you don't know that. Colonize us. So I don't think we should pray for anybody to colonize us. If a country, Croatia, population Croatia is 4 million, and they're also part of the European Union. That means that Croatia only ra ticket láti lọ sí Paris, only lọ sí France, only lọ sí Germany, only lọ sí anywhere around the world without any hiccup. Alaikum salam. We're just about 22 minutes to the end of the program. I'm going to say.
Because Nigeria government wọ́n wà débi pé ibi tẹ́
ó lágbára gan Nigeria government lágbára kò yá wọn yan ni kò yẹ pọ̀lọpọ̀ Nigeria government lágbára gan agbára tó dẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n ẹ má bínú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wọ́n ń lo resources in Nigeria láti fẹ́ fi stampede lé wa lórí bó ṣe jẹ́ gangan nìyẹn bó ṣe jẹ́ gangan nìyẹn.
mo wá wo gbogbo àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ní pé mo ń wo gbogbo àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bíi pé ọ̀tá gan ni wọ́n tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá púṣì irú movement ẹgbẹ́ dání ẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ wá púṣì ẹ̀yìn tó yí pé bóyá kí kinní náà tẹ̀ parẹ́.
ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó ní ẹgbẹ́.
ni mo rí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn.
ẹ̀gbọ́n mi a lè má rí irú ẹ̀. Nnamdi Kanu gan sọ ó ní Nigerian government ní $20 billion láti fi destroy Biafra. Wá ẹni tó bá fẹ́ ilé ní Dubai wá ra léyìn fún brand new wá gbé lórúkọ ẹ̀. Ó wá kọ ẹni tó máa ní sùúrù. Ókè nísìn kí la mọ̀ tí wọ́n fi 17 million barrels ṣe ṣé wọ́n fi bribe àwọn ìlú kan lórí Yorùbá nation ṣé wọ́n fi bribe ìlú kan lórí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà gangan 17 million barrels cannot be accounted for kò ní record. Ìwọ wá jókòó ó ń complain pé àwa táwọn sọ pé ká kúrò nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn ó kúkú bẹ́tà ká fún lọ́rùn because ó ń affect mùsùlùmí ó ń affect kìrìsìtẹ́nì àwọn tá à ń pè lágbèrò tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gan kò ń ṣe wọ́n ń ṣe problem wa but Nàìjíríà ló jẹ́ kó débẹ̀ opportunity wà for everybody láti develop nínú ìlú kan kò dìgbà tó bá ń gbowó èlò lówó ọ̀kadà tẹ́ ń gbà yẹn when we are talking about when we have a system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa rí owó tiwọn náà tó máa ṣe business tí policy máa wà. Àwa máa ta àwa tájọ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà tá wà níta tá à ń pera àwa ṣe ń ṣe dáadáa ju ẹ̀yin tá wà nínú ilé lọ ṣebí system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni àwa ṣe ń ṣe dáadáa ju ẹ̀yin tá wà nínú ilé lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni Mr. Koiki mo fẹ́ tó wá pòtì nǹkan ẹ wo bí mo Áfíríkà ni mo wà o but bí mo ṣe wà ní Áfíríkà mo ní rest of mind because kò sí pé bóyá ó di alẹ́ mo wà so bọ́ọ̀lù pé bóyá kíní kan.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ yàrá màánà.
Wọ́n ní owó tí Nàìjíríà máa generate lọ́dún kan àwọn Áfíríkà tí mo wà yìí wọ́n máa generate in 20 years but ìlú wọn wà òkè iná wà ọ̀nà wà hospital ìfúngan mo ní káàdì health insurance tí mo bá sick báyìí mo máa mú health insurance mi mo máa mú lọ owó tí mo máa san ò ní pọ̀ tó kí n má ní health insurance ní Áfíríkà.
Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káwọn tí à ń bá sọ kó yé wọn délẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi. Inshallah ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Màá jíṣẹ́.
Ọlọ́run àtọ́jú wọn àti Professor Banji Akintoye àti Mama Onítìrí gbogbo wọn náà lè mí dùnnú sí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni adúpẹ́ fọlọ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Èmi ní lásìkò tèmi làwọn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Inú èmi dùn o.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you. So, Emma, what we are trying to explain to ourselves is there is a danger. Danger yẹn ti wà tipẹ́. But to stop that danger would also mean that we need to also make some effort. Effort and what we make in the last 3 years. And we are dealing with a system that is very, very powerful. Nigeria is powerful, but we can bring it down if we put a pressure on it. Hello, caller. Ẹ bá ṣe ní kíákíá.
Mr. Koiki.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ẹ kọjọ́ mẹ́ta àdẹ́kọ́ lóye.
Àwa ni ẹ.
Lórí Yorùbá nation, máa tún sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn òtítọ́ ló sọ is everywhere. Láti Sẹ̀mẹ̀, tẹ́bá ti dé Badagry, máa lọ títí dé Mile 2. Every bus stop lẹ́bà rí àwọn agbèrò. The money they are making in a day, each person is no less than 300,000. Kí ni wọ́n fowó yẹn ṣe? Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yẹn ti corrupt to the extent débi pé nǹkan tí màá yẹn sọ. Gbogbo agent wọn wà káàkiri. Now the solution tèmi rí from the leaders all the Yorùbá leaders either you are economist agriculturist gbogbo yín group yín now for the foundation tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó yẹ pé fẹ́ ṣe nìyí for the grassroots for example kankan tó kàn dùn mí jù òun ni during the lock-up down tó àwọn teachers tó yẹ pé wọ́n fi tough strike nígbà yẹn for almost 8 to 9 months. Tẹ́gbà yẹn ibẹ̀ yẹn ló yẹ kó ti kọ́ mi. Kò bá ti yẹ Yorùbá nation. Àwọn leader Yorùbá tó yẹ pé education àwọn bàbá wọn yẹn wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ gidi gan. Bí wọ́n ṣe lè empower for agriculture in company kékèké gbogbo àwọn kọ́kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ó yẹ ká benefit for foundation. Àwọn bàbá yẹn each group bí wọ́n wá sí báyìí kọ́ náà ṣe ìyanu tàbá ní Yorùbá nation. Foundation ibi tó yẹ pa ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kínní ìlú yìí máa dáa gidi gan. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Ẹ ṣé gan. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a quick short break, and when we come back, we will start wrapping up the program as we're just about 15 minutes before the end of today's program. Well, we will be back again later on, but for now, I'll come back in a few minutes.
Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kó ẹ̀mí àpò ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ́ Adéyẹmọ. Sunday Akinyemi Igboho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sọ torí pé wòrà a kò lè fojú dé gbogbo láyé títa ríro lọ́dà kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní mágbẹ́rẹ́ wọná ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wá lọ́lọ́ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ àtìmọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè débi rere. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Igboho Igboho ṣá ọmọ Igboho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú alágbàdo òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ dèdèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin yìí omi kò sínú nǹkan sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Igboho ìkan ṣe ṣe ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Igboho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Igboho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òkòkò sánrán ìgbàgede Igboho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Igboho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Igboho áfíkan pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà gbòde ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjèjì tó ń ṣe ṣẹṣẹṣẹ tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu wọn láwọn oníbomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ ìgbà tójú gbogbo kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kò sí mu wọn sì bomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé tí ń ránṣẹ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho onílé rẹ̀ láéláé torí àbálá lọ́nà kan ń dá òkúta òṣèṣe fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti Balùwẹ̀ ó pọ̀ sí síbò dòdò láyé yìí ó kù díẹ̀ kí tọ́ domi láéláé ìtọ́ líle domi Sunday Igboho arógun mákìdí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní ilé tó kó.
Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí just to summarize where we are ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń béèrè pé are we now stuck with the movement? The movement is not stuck. It is how you want to make it stuck. The movement is a continuity. The movement is not a kind of the illusion that we are all thinking like Nigeria. And if you don't know the word illusion, let me quickly, tell us what it means. Nigeria ni illusion. Tó ń sọ fún wa pé ó máa dá bí bàbá wa Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. He tried his best. I'm sure he knows himself that Nigeria is an illusion. Mo fẹ́ kó sọ ní ti English ni lóde tó mú jáde ní ti Spanish. Má mú jáde ní Spanish. Illusion. So, tó bá ń pè kíní kan ní illusion, Nigeria ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Okay? Nigeria is
illusion.
Again,
illusion.
An instance of a wrong or misinterpreted perception of a sensory experience. Experience táwọn bàbá Professor Bolaji Akinyemi ní nípa Nigeria. Àwọn onírò experience yẹn gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbọ́ mi láàárọ̀ yìí. And in the second day of January 2023, as we are saying that an election in Nigeria will not make our life better. And let us get it right now. So, let me look at what is an illusion in life. An illusion is something that deceived. Yoruba nation kọ́ ló ń deceive yín, okay? Pé àwa là ń mislead yín náà, àwa mislead yín. Àwa sọ pé inú system tí British kó wa system wò lẹ́yìn mi is an illusion. Illusion is something that deceived by producing a false or misleading impression of reality. Nigeria máa dá. Everybody knows that is an illusion. Into me, thank you so much, Julia Tosin. Dari Samuel Asai Iyo, Bamidele Mohammed, Yawa Mana, Jacob Sunday, Lukman Adigun, Oyeni Ishegun, Farouk Babalola, and those of you. No, don't. I'm not supposed to compare a stupid question. No, Sherry, interpret Omugo question, go my jáde nínú ẹ̀. But sometimes we can overreact on them. And don't be pé sama colonize wa because come on. Tí n bá mọ gbogbo tí mo mọ̀, màá ti fi bá British jà nígbà tí mo ń ṣe wé mi. Mo sọ fún yín náà. So there's nothing that is wrong with the question. Thank you so much, Ms. Gold. Is not omitting your name. We'll try as much as possible at random just to appreciate you. Yawa Mudupela wa Mori Awotona Kende. And I don't want us to think that we want to speak to ourselves. If I go this state, they be pay, oh my elaborate you pay awa nikola kombara wa soro every day in and out. No, I don't want that. And the only way that is going to happen, most of our journalists coming back to Molosi, back to Kweniku. Money, there's a problem coming up in Nigeria. We're going to tell Wanibi. I mean, few of them, not all of them. I want to more engage. You know, some of them were not interested, but they will be interested when the pressure becomes hard. I don't think the Igbo, the Biafras are joking. They're not joking. Nobody's joking. And I want us to understand that. And I think that will be our last call for today. Happy briefly.
Happy Christmas, Merry and Happy New Year.
Same to you,
Happy New Year. Welcome back. Lórí pé ká tí dúró sí Nàìjíríà lè dúró ẹ̀yin náà sọ sí ẹ wo epo bó ṣe ń sọnù ṣé epo wọn fi sápò ṣèbí tírélà ló ń kọjá ó ń gbé lọ ṣèbí àwọn ṣìpù ni ṣé wọn máa ń wọ̀n rí sí àní custom ẹ mọ rí sì kò ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé òun ṣe àwọn èèyàn tó ní ló ń ṣe ìjọba ẹ̀. Ó yẹ yín ló ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn tó ní ló ń ṣe ìjọba ẹ̀ ló fà. Ṣẹ̀rí system ta níyì system tí wọ́n gbé fún Nàìjíríà yìí system tí wọ́n fún especially Africa gbogbo Africa system kò jẹ́ pé àlejò ló máa jọba yín irú ẹ̀ ní a máa láìkì àlejò ju ara wa lọ. Irú system ta ní nìyẹn àlejò yẹn kò ń ṣe Britain nìkan kò ń ṣe West nìkan o even any party tó bá wá bó bá ṣàti gbówó wá kó look nice a máa láìkì wọn. Irú system ta ní nìyẹn system yẹn ò wà àpapọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà imagine àwọn àìmọye àwọn Nàìjíríà ló jẹ́ pé ní Nàìjíríà ẹlẹ́tàn kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe ń bẹ̀yẹ àṣegbé ni àwọn ti wà ń lo òyìnbó bàbá mi system ìlú yìí ó control wọn.
Ẹ bọ̀ kọ́rọ̀ tẹ sọ yẹn ẹ bọ̀ kígbà tẹ́mi máa dé wọn náà ọmọ Jamaica yẹn ó burú gan kò sí nǹkan tó kì í ṣe èyí tí system ṣe fún wọn ó kọ́kọ́ stop wọn pé ẹ̀ ń wọlé pẹ̀lú no visa láti Jamaica ó kọ́kọ́ stop yẹn so ẹni tó bá ti wá mú níbí báyìí tó mọ̀ pé tó bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n tán tó bá padà lọ sílé kò ní lè wọlé padà mọ́ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́in wọ́n pè bìkan ní co-abordley nílùú ní Brixton àrà tó dá níbẹ̀ yẹn àwọn ọmọ Jamaica yẹn àwọn náà fojú Britain ràn kan because Britain náà dí pẹ̀lú wọn nígbà tó ń ṣe colonialism náà ní àwọn náà ṣe but wọ́n pọ́n egungun wọn and that is exactly what people don't want ní Nàìjíríà lénìí tá bá ti pín wọ́n mọ̀ pé gbogbo kan máa létò wọ́n ò fẹ́ ètò ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wọ́n ò fẹ́ ètò olè ni wọ́n ẹ má máa náwa ló lè àwa kọ́ ló lè èmi kọ́ ló lè èmi kọ́ mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ikọ́ ló bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ gbogbo àwa tajọ́ wo program ikọ́ la bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ àwọn tó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ epo ń lọ almost 800 million worth of crude oil ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti sọ níbi báyìí pé àwọn tó lépo tó bá jẹ́ pàwọ́ la lépo yẹn gangan ni àfi tẹ ayé wa tó máa dá. Professor Bolaji Akinyemi was already at 20 years old. In 1962, only 3 months, America. 80 years old now, he's talking about one Nigeria again. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wà, ẹ má bínú.
Imagine studio yìí sìn because studio yẹn ó jẹ́ ti yín wọn ò lè ẹ má gbé anything jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ kó má gbọ́dọ̀ yín nǹkan tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ máa gbé jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ kó bá máa ní yín lára because ó jẹ́ ti yín ẹ máa stop ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Olójẹ́ accountability olójẹ́ patriotism ẹ wo Nàìjíríà bó ṣe wà kò sí ownership. Ownership yẹn ni Nàìjíríà gbà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ìgbẹ́ni fún ènìyàn ó bá jèrè gbogbo nǹkan nílé ayé ó pàdánù ayé ẹ bí wá kí ni ògo yẹn kí ni ayé yẹn nínú Nàìjíríà ó ní ilẹ̀ wa kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè ní owó tó ẹgbẹ́tọ̀ tí ẹ bá ní àdẹ́sítì àṣẹyà ẹ lè lọ níbi kankan lágbàáyé wọ́n máa fi yín ta bọ́ọ̀lù ni because wọ́n máa wò ó pé kò séèyàn kó lè gbèjẹ lágbàáyé Nàìjíríà ò lè gbèjà wa Nàìjíríà ò ṣe tiwa quit Nàìjíríà ẹjẹ abúlé wa ká ní Nàìjíríà gan báwo ti lè identify Nàìjíríà sísítẹ́ẹ̀mù burúkú ni sísítẹ́ẹ̀mù yẹn ni pọ́ọ̀tẹ́ẹ̀mù wa kò kí ń ṣe àwọn ènìyàn ọbẹ̀.
ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn táwọn ń pè ní agbèrò yẹn wọ́n máa kíyìn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ sísítẹ́ẹ̀mù yẹn máa change wọn. kódà wọ́n máa ní more dignity ju tó ń ṣe yẹn lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí wọ́n ní dignity báyìí wọ́n ní dignity.
ẹwù bàbá dá dúró ẹwù bàbá wà ní region because ó jẹ́ tí
ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Akínmàdé orin bẹ̀ Rasak.
á dá ẹ̀mí wá sí èèyàn tó control wa ọmọ wa ni kò gbé policy tó máa ní wá lára but Nigeria system ó dá wọ́n ti ta Nàìjíríà fún Fúlàní Britain ta Nàìjíríà fún Fúlàní.
ó hand over àwọn fún ni lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
tẹ̀lé wọ́n sì máa come up lọ́dọ̀ iwájú nǹkan tí mo sọ ẹ̀ kọ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ní negotiation kan tí wọ́n ṣe tọ́wọ́ bàbá wọn ò mọ̀.
ó máa níyànjú a máa mọ ẹ parọ́.
wọ́n ta Nàìjíríà yẹn fún wọn.
Nàìjíríà been sold.
wọ́n ṣe lè ṣe wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwa máa jà wọ́n mọ̀ pé a máa jà nígbà tí Fúlàní yẹn bá fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ gbà tìtorí ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ṣe sọ pé Nàìjíríà ti máa break nǹkan wọ́n ta ni commodity ni wá ojú òbí wá ni commodity ni wá Yorùbá pọ̀ ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn leader wa anytime wọ́n bá ti kú ní Yorùbá wọ́n bá náà wọ́n lọ sí federal yẹn ní ikú máa ń pa wọ́n ní ògùn wọn máa ń bàjẹ́ ẹ wo Awólọ́wọ̀ ẹ wo Fáṣọlá àwọn Yorùbá láìpẹ́ ó ṣe wà.
ọlá bẹ́ẹ̀ni tó lọ sí kinní báyìí ogun yẹn lọ́lẹ̀ ni ẹ parọ́ ogun yẹn lọ́lẹ̀ ni àwọn yẹn láì Fáṣọlá gan wọ́n bí lè pò ṣiṣẹ́ gan lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ẹ wo Òṣìbàdàn náà ẹ wo Òṣìbàdàn.
wọ́n tẹ̀ sọ yẹn di nǹkan míì ni mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ aláì.
ògùn yẹn bàjẹ́ báyìí ẹni movement ẹ bá ti lọ sí federal yẹn ògùn wọn máa ń bàjẹ́.
tó bá yẹ pé brain yẹn ẹ wo ẹ ní láti bí bàbá ta sọ̀rọ̀ náà lórí ẹ̀ nísìn we actually spoke about a particular man in our father our grandfather our uncle Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. I'm sure he will be pained inside. ìyẹn ló ṣe sọ pé Ọbásanjọ́ ra nìṣó kékeré Ọbásanjọ́ he's pained because somebody like that now was trying to make Nigeria to be up there in the global community but Nigeria is not up there. Nigeria is not up anywhere. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived.
ẹlẹ́gbọ̀n ẹ wo Tinubu sí gbogbo orúkọ Tinubu wìtẹ́lì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lórúkọ Tinubu ti tàn ló ti tàn lágbàáyé ẹ wọ́n sì kó ti lọ federal sí ṣe ní pé òkú ẹ ti ń bàjẹ́ díẹ̀.
láì tí de bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn.
láì tó bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ǹkà bá wà láàrin ara wa gan ogun wa ń tàn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni àní ká tẹ wà láàrin ara wa ká máa dí pẹ̀lú all hail Biafra ká wà láàrin ara wa ká máa dí pẹ̀lú ra wa. ó pé ju ká continue ní Nàìjíríà lọ. Nigeria is not working. You can see it there. You know, that was the chief of army staff some few months ago in Britain. Thank you so much. And I love you so much. Let's listen to Dr. Ugo just to buttress what you're watching behind me as a video. Once again, we are almost ending the program. I need to go. I'll come back again later on today. Yes, we must not lose our focus. We're not taking any more calls. I would just not allow that to come through until later on in the evening. Let's watch our final video on the program today.
They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't really. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time, smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And then said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through, contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards.
True.
And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources. And the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance.
Right.
We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, that their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go.
Wow.
And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra. They wanted to be separate from.
Well, thank you so much. There's a particular WhatsApp group. I've just read your comment. Nigeria exit. Somebody on the platform says, I'm enjoying the program. And right in there, I picked up this image. Let me show us that image briefly before I go. That image coming behind me, you can see there. That image was something I picked up from a WhatsApp group. Let me bring it a little. Okay, that not letting me. Okay, that's fine. Let's not bring it. Okay, I can still bring it into the broadcast. And this image, from what I've just read in that group right now, was the Western region Makantua Kosino WhatsApp group here. It actually says this was a political rally by the AG Action Group supporters carrying banners demanding self-government rule for Western region in 1956. This is a private photo library, Eko Adele. Wow. Okay, somebody's also saying, I'm one of your followers on YouTube. It's time to mention all the bad Nigerian leaders so that Nigerian citizens. Okay, I'm going to start doing that. Somebody's also saying, will you start mentioning the bad leaders? This is 1956. Amazing. Long about. Anyway, no retreat, no surrender. Benny, Yami Janet, Nigeria must come down by force. Force me. But so I'm going to post this image as I receive it onto our timeline on Twitter, where you can also pick up information. I have two Twitter accounts. One is Olayomi Koiki and one is Koikimedia. Try and get a Twitter. It is very, very important. It is useful in this movement. It helps us to get our message out quickly. You can tag tag in your lórí YouTube at Facebook, but lórí Twitter, tag anybody. Ṣé ráwọn tẹ́ ń tag yẹn advantage tó máa wà níbẹ̀ ni pé àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ followers wọn, they will be able to see the problem that we are talking about. This is where the Biafras have done very well when it comes to using Twitter. Thank you to all our sisters working in the NHS here, all our mothers and uncles working in the public sector here and the private sector. Gbogbo any businesses, any barbers, any hairdresser, they disagree with the Yoruba nation. And rántí pé ìlú táwa náà wà ní UK. I don't know any other countries, but I believe it's the same thing. It's because the system is working. That is why you can be able to set up a very, very good salon where you pay your tax and you can even challenge the council. The council tax it high, you ever drop a wallet there. To understand the same. We are not against people that support Tinubu. You know, I've said it. I don't have any problem with them. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n. It's just that being kan ṣe yéra wa bó ṣe yé àwọn ló ṣe sọ pé ká lọ dìbò fún Tinubu. But I am not going to be here to say ká lọ dìbò fún Tinubu because it's not going to work. Everybody knows that. Tinubu himself knows that. Just like Atiku. Atiku is even a big problem. Likewise, Peter Obi as well. And I believe Showore is not going anywhere. Anyway, it's just, he's enjoying the time. Let me put it that way. At least he can move around. I think he was with Seun Kuti, some few days ago in Lagos. I saw him in Ondo State. He's doing marathon. He's enjoying his life. He can move around. But for me and you, our best option is to allow Nigeria to be dissolved quietly. So as we leave you today, like I said, CSI, expecting to be speaking to us later on in the evening. We hope all that will go as planned. Koiki, can you post that on the particular IG, Koikimedia? I'm going to do that as well. Let me save it quickly before save it. Okay, I think I can post on. Say Twitter, Martin, allow you can post that or a laptop. I've never used it, all shit or everything you have to come and do it on the. Again, a nation of Yoruba is indeed blessed. There's another picture here. Wow. Oh, this beautiful. I love this picture as well. Katomalo. I'm going to post this one as well. And I think I should post, saving. I saw the phone. Sorry, save at the Save the Action group here. There was another one that I saw in the group. Let me post this one to one group, and then that will let it retrieve it. Your laptop. I use my laptop with the WhatsApp, so you might be wondering. There's nothing magical in what we are doing. You know, when the system is good, is working, you can have your own, network where you are doing whatever you want to do. I will picture it. Where's the picture now? Okay, let me. I will be picture it, beautiful. I'm gonna send it now to us. Yeah, I will picture it. I think dress that when you to day back mala to danko komo. Somebody wants me to post that on the Instagram. So my post message no, I need to post message. I just post a auto because it's two different conversations. So once again, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fọkàn sí bí èmi náà ṣe fọkàn sí pé lágbára Elédùmarè ìran Yorùbá máa bọ́ nínú wàhálà, and I'm posting that now on the IG. My Instagram handle is koikimedia, and I'm also going to be posting it to our lórí Instagram. These are all the opportunities that we are saying, let's leave Nigeria alone. It's not working for anybody. It's not working for me. It's not going to work for you. Yes, àwọn kan máa rí tí wọ́n ṣe nínú ẹ̀ normal nìyẹn, àtayébáyé nìyẹn, but is that going to make any impact? No. Our life is not going to be changing anytime soon. As I leave you, I say have a very good afternoon. My name is Olami Koiki. I will definitely be back later on. It's already posted as well on our timeline on Facebook, where you can also be able to see it as well. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìjọ kankan, white garment, non-white garment, gbogbo Mùsùlùmí, gbogbo àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Let us remember that the continuity of Nigeria is a big problem for every single one of us. And as I leave you in the hands of Eledumare, in the hands of Anobi, in the hand of Jesus Christ, my name is Olami Koiki. Like I always say, the last man standing, even if it's just me and Igboho. But and again, like I always say, our common enemy is Britain. And as long as you remember that all the time, you have less problem to worry about. Let's just listen to one more time of Giacomo, and when I come back, we go straight to the anthem and we close the broadcast. We've done enough today so far at 3 hours, almost 10 minutes. Thank you so much, every single one of you that have participated, either through the comment or through nothing interesting in there again, just same. Well, at least I've told you about a man that maybe you never heard of, or you probably still don't know much about him before, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi. I'm sure the family will probably watch this video like, Koiki, well, he's part of the Nigeria, he's a public figure, and we have the right to talk about him. Let's listen to Giacomo.
Navy blue check. Giacomo. Just Igbo.
let's remember to continue to support the work of the Yoruba Central Office in UK. And if you're new to UK, you can always reach out to them as well. They're very, very important, and they're playing a vital role in the lives of the Yoruba people. Have a very good afternoon, and bye for now.
Ìran ọmọ Yorùbá ọlọ́pọlọ pípé ọ̀mọ̀wé ń bẹ àgbẹ̀ ń bẹ iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà ń bẹ kákó ìmọ̀ra kákó nílé káyéli sí kásọ̀rọ̀ tútù tó yọjú lápò òwe ìbáwí òwe ìlọ òwe ìwúrí lọ́rọ̀ bá sọnù àkàwé ńkọ́ ibi ìyá. Adéwálé fún wa ìdí ọjọ́ ìdí gíga oṣù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o iwájú lójú ń gbé òkè níjọ òkè.
Òdùdú wọ́n ń lọ Nàìjíríà lẹ́yìn sunkún ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́n Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ ní education tó fẹ́ ní health infrastructure wọ́n fẹ́ ní ohun kan náà fẹ́ ní ẹ̀wá náà fẹ́ ní bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ sunkún ìran rẹ̀ nígbà yìí gbogbo kọ́ọ̀pù tí ẹ gbà ìwọlé ní kọ́mí rí. àfáàmì náà wá sí o lórí wọn ní ọmọ aládàá lórí ìjòkó ọmọ ìdánù wọn. kọ́lá tí Nàìjíríà máa ń bá bọ́ọ̀lù tí a bá yẹ ní wà lọ́jọ́ wọn sọ. ẹyẹ gẹ́gẹ́ ẹfẹ́ nìkan ní gbogbo nǹkan kò sẹ́ni kílẹ̀ kò sí pa. bẹ́ẹ̀ ọkọ̀ sí kò lè rí ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fíkà. kò sí náà kò sóni. wọ́n bọ́ọ̀lù ọ̀nà lọ ọdún mẹ́fà wọn ò ní sí ewu kó pàrọ̀ àdúgbò tán.
ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sí òkìlọ̀ fún ẹni bá fi lù
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.